On my shoulder cause they treat me like an outcast. I ain't gonna take that, stay back. I'll be swinging hard till the hits come in all caps. I ain't gonna lay back, pray that someone's gonna help me. Ain't nobody like that. I ain't gonna wait, that's all fact. Give me one shot and I'll never get the throne back.
What is happening, you guys, and welcome to another episode of the Finn's Tailgate. I am your host, El Capitan. And yes, as you guys can see, I got the camera figured out. It killed me for like 3 days. I did all this work, camera wasn't working, giving me a hard time. I got it figured out. Got it hooked up. We back. We back. We is back. So we got a lot of good stuff we gonna bring to you tonight. All that I was gonna try to record and do earlier and this week, I'm just gonna have to squeeze it all in tonight. You know, that's it. And tomorrow and Sunday and stuff like that. But we're gonna go into a couple of things. We're gonna go into the the Baltimore game. We got Baltimore coming up. I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but we got Baltimore coming up. We're going to be looking into some of their film, some of ours, to equate where we can have some keys to victory, look at their defense, how are they setting up. Honestly, they play a lot of split coverage. They do a lot of cover 2, cover 4, but split coverage and stuff like that. They'll blitz some of these guys, but very rarely. They get a lot of organic pressure, but we'll get in all of that. And ways that I think Tua can actually do some damage the way they play this soft zone on the underneath. And at times when they bring the pressure, how he's got to, if they pick up the blitz, how he's got to hang in the pocket and take those shots. Because that's success. I mean, Flacco threw all over their asses. We got to have that. We also are going to have Brandon the Bookie. He's in the back right now. We're going to bring him on. We're going to go through some of the bets. We're going to get into some cash and tickets, some good stuff like that. If you got some questions, want some advice from Brandon the Bookie, he will be happy to give it to you. I'll bring him up here momentarily, and we'll get into all that. And we're going to talk about the divide in the fan base. I'm so sick of hearing about it. I'm sick of people talking about it. I'm sick of people talking about toxic energy, and there's a divide, and we gotta stop the divide. Shut the fuck up about the divide, bro. There ain't no divide. There's just people that don't agree with you. Easy. And you don't like that, so you think that that's divisive. I'm so fucking sick. I'm so sick of fucking people not being able to hear other people's opinions and cry about how it harms you in some way, how their opinions are harming you, and how easily you can create this own paradigm in your head, and now something that someone says is trolling. It's weak. You're weak. Grow up, get a set, and take people for what they say. Trolling, have fun, let it be fun, but don't be like, they're hurting my feelings, this is divisive. Like, take that shit the fuck. I mean, man, dude, it drives me nuts, bro. Oh, man, it drives me nuts. So sensitive, bro. Like, get over yourself. We're going to get into that. And it starts with how, with Justin Herbert. God bless it, dude. I did not know I was going to wake up to Justin Herbert being torched by, well, let's just say it what it is, by believers of Tua, of how they're going to measure Justin. Like, I don't even look at Justin Herbert anymore because, honestly, and I've told you guys this, I picked Tua over Justin Herbert. And I like Justin Herbert too. I stepped the jumps, but I understood the reasons why we took him as well. Tua over Herbert at the time, anyhow. Let's not try to bring Herbert down a peg to bring Tua up a peg. I seen enough of that last year. I will not let that shit happen. Take that somewhere else. It's so stupid. Just shut up. He threw a bad pass. Goodness. We're going to get into all that. We're going to get into it. We're going to do it. We're going to have fun. I'm going to try to watch my mouth and not cuss every other word because that's kind of how I get down. But before we do, guys, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and check out all the great content that we have on the network. If you're watching on Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter, please, guys, come over to YouTube and subscribe over here on the network. We're like, I don't know, 200 away from 3,000. Help us get to 3,000, guys. We're so close. Check out Tonk 7 on Tuesdays coming at you, if and when he can. Also, guys, check out Color Commentary on Thursdays and Saturday mornings with coffee a couple in the morning time. Saturday nights, you guys got Late Night XL with your main man Ali, if his thing would pop. Friday nights, we'll do our cash and tickets with Brandon the Bookie. And then every other night of the week, you can expect me, El Capitan, to either be at the live or release something. Support the channel, guys. Shout out to the members and the mods for doing all the hard work, helping get the videos out there. Hit the like button, everybody. Support the channel through Cash App and Venmo. Really appreciate all the donations. We really need them. Fanatics link is in the description as well. You guys can always support through there, or support by grabbing some of our gear. Got all kinds of links for the gear. Got an external link for some really, really cool stuff. More cups, mugs, all kinds of good things, guys. Gonna be having some special stuff come out too that we'll be doing. And we HB, the producer in the back, talked about doing some kind of auctioning off something that you guys might be really game about. We'll see what he's got planned. He's got something planned. Anytime he's got something planned, it's always good. Also, guys, we're partnered with Backroom Collections. Make sure to use offer code #TFTG to get 10% off all your purchases through Backroom Collections. And as always, super chat, become a member, support the show. We need the support. And if you can't support in all the many ways we could need it the most, then just hit the like button, guys. We appreciate that as well. Support all and every way you can. Shout out to California, Marino's Goat, Shake Money, everybody getting in here early. Member Shake killing in the. And then we got Moss Sports Talk. guys, make sure if you're looking for some hockey stuff, go check out Most, man. He's he's or not hockey, excuse me. Does hockey too, but the soccer and stuff. He's all over that shit. Mike, what's happening, family? Mountie Fins, what's up? No mob rule. Divide. Oh, dude, listen. I'm going to get all into it, mob rule. I want to get to Brandon the Bookie first, but because he's waiting in the back. But I want to get all into it. Chad, bro, salute. Fins up 74. What's going on? Robert, what happening? John, God Soldier. Von Joe, good evening. Andres, my man, what's up, fam? Uh-oh, hold on a second, guys. Give me 1 second. It's like something came unplugged back here. Alright, good. Tease, we'll see. Hey, what's going on? Q, what's happening, fam? Yep, Ali, smash the like button, everybody. John, Aqua, what's going on? Emily, that's my sister right there. She must be watching for Brandon the Bookie. Nikolai, Scummy, what's happening? CT, how goes it? Bill, what's up, Bill? Thanks for coming on the other night, man. I loved it, bro. We got to get you on more. I freaking loved it, buddy. Bill says, what's up, bro? I hope you don't have to feelings like TD. He was so sensitive to members, so. What? He was talking sensitive to members, so. Well, you know what? TD's a sensitive guy. I know he barks big and stuff like that, and he gets all like any of us in this football game. But TD's a super sensitive, nice person, man. Like, I don't like that everybody goes out on the way he does. And I get it. He invites a lot of it with his takes and his football. But he's just, you know, he's so giving to so many people in, like, the YouTube community and, like, the fans. He's such a nice dude. I don't like when people go at nice people like that. Like, don't think because any reason. Like, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like people ganging up on people. Make me feel some kind of way. Mob rule. That's right. You have a crush on the Bookie? All right, guys. So before we get into Brandon the Bookie, before we get into the Brandon the Bookie stuff, I want to touch a little bit about this divide in the fan base. And I see it already. You know, there's talk of, like, you know, people being toxic or some kind of way. And I'm sorry, but this isn't year one with a rookie. So I'm going to lay it out for you very, very simple for Tua lovers, people who believe 1,000,000%. The Tua-neer, I know they don't like that connotation, so I don't want to put that on them, and I don't want to even say that. So I'll be a little plain about it. Dolphins fans that believe in the future of Tua. So I won't even call you not Dolphins fans because I don't like when anyone calls anyone that is a fan of this team. There is allowed an existence of Dolphin fans that don't believe in him. And the ideology from one end of the spectrum doesn't even have to meet in the middle. But to think and be so boldly as to say that, I don't know, that you're not a Dolphins fan if you don't believe in Tua, to think that either you're going to be a pro-Tua person or someone who is waiting for Tua to do better or expect better or show better, and that's the only two things, and anything else other than that, you're a hater, you're not a Dolphins fan, you're a troll. Like, dude, take that shit out of here, bro. That's the toxic stuff, that you've now only given and created a paradigm where there's two things that can live. The two things you say, which are not fair. It's not. That I am either going to believe wholeheartedly in Tua, or I only believe that it's going to take time for him to become a guy. And then anything else to the contrary of the first subject that was broken down into 2 parts now is a troll or not a fan. And that's where the toxicity lives. And on the other end of the spectrum, to play devil's advocate here, I don't like I've done this too. And I don't use it as a weapon attack. A speculation, I'll use it. But I don't like people going, how long have you been a Dolphin fan? Because even though there may be fans of Tua or Alabama or college fans that have now come to the Dolphins fan base, I don't want their value devalued as a fan either. If they're buying the colors and they're watching and partaking, then I find value in them. You understand? But I got to be honest, the way it came out this morning about Justin Herbert, it kind of attacked him in this way, is just more of that type of stuff. They're ready to take a single play and crown Tua just as much as they're ready to take a single play and tell me that Herbert is a bust. I am sorry to everyone, but in equal minds, with no heart tied, and just looking at it objectively with dollars, cents, and no heart, only just simpleton type stuff. No one can look at Herbert and look at Tua and think that Tua is better than Herbert up to this point. It's a fucking fact. I'm sorry. Now, I'm not saying with that statement, and this is what they'll love to put in someone's mouth that says that, well, you're saying Herbert, ain't that the franchise? No, Herbert ain't a fucking franchise guy either. But if I'm going to equate the two, if I'm a, imaginary Herbert cup, imaginary Tua cup, there is a shit ton more of liquid in the Herbert cup than there is in the Tua cup. No, nothing in this scenario or breakdown made it to where I can't get more liquid in the Tua cup. So relax. Don't fucking cancel me because you don't want none of this. Okay, that's all. Don't try to cancel me. Don't try to hate me because you don't want none of this because I am fucking meaner than hell. I will destroy you. Done. Destroy you. I won't stop. Don't quit. So anyone who don't like the things that come out of my mouth on the program, on the show, on the takes, fucking jog on because you don't want none. Done. Anyhow. All right. So that's that. And no more canceling, no more even mention of the divide. The mentioning of the divide is the division. That's it. Anything other than people just talking takes and disagreeing, even if they're talking, is football talk. Everything else can fuck off. If that person, I'll tell you what, and there's plenty of other fans that partake in this fan base that are not fans of this team and root for other football teams. But I defy this. You partake more of your time for this team than your team you so-called say you're a fan of over the Dolphins, then I would just call you a closet Dolphin fan that is ready to come out of the closet when you have certainty. Because that's all that says to me, is that you're spending all your free time and all your stuff, and I'm not calling you out, Q. I see you in there. Don't think that is you I'm calling out. I'm just saying that, like, there's plenty of people that spend most of their time dealing with Dolphins issues than they do about anything else. So Robert, to give a little bit of clarity about those rooting for Tua to fail, I'm going to give clarity on that front. The rooting isn't for him to fail because they don't want the Dolphins to fail. The rooting is to stop the divide. Because I got to be honest, and this is where I sit from the outside looking in on all angles, that one side of the fan base wants it to end and they want it to end and want to see people leave. It seems like the other side just wants it to end, and the only one they want to leave is the quarterback. Now, I want that to sink in real quick, guys. there's one side that wants everyone to leave the fan base that doesn't believe in the quarterback, and then there's the other side that appears that just wants the quarterback to leave and not all those fans. So let's just chillax. That's all. Let's chillax. It's football stuff. Drop an Addy and pull up and fight. I know, right? Like, seriously, dog? Like, I fight good, but I don't want to fight. Crawl up my butt and fight for air. How about that? Booyah, bitches. You know, it really seems to me that the division is the people that think they know football versus the people that know they know football. And everybody thinks they're the latter. And so, with that, when you're wrong, you think you know football. When you're right, it affirms the fact that you think you know football. But no one ever thinks that they don't know what they're talking about, so there will always be a disagreement when two people are thinking the different thing, and there's such division. And I literally had a thing up there the other day. It was a poll, had like 120 people in the poll, and it asked about did Tua's press conference hurt him in any way? And it was 51-49 to yes. I mean, dude, is that any more down the middle? And it was only edged out by like 4 votes to 51. So that's all, man. So like, and I get it, Tua believers, that there are harsh critics that only continue to needle at the trolling part of it. I would say laugh with them if they're not laughing at you. Try that, and you'll have a hell of a lot more fun. Because if you're allowing it to rule your emotions so much, then I would suggest that there's some maturity that needs to take place. Don't take offense, because I've been there. I've been so worked up. You know, it's kind of like when you're in school and there's a subject you're struggling with. Say it's reading. Reading was harder for me because I'm dyslexic. So I would get so frustrated. You're a little kid. Your face get all red, and you're like, Like, anytime someone does that, it either makes you laugh at them or angry that they're acting like that. So if you act like that, these are the emotions that will find you back. And this goes for both sides. So try to have a little self-deference and laugh at yourself, and you'll have a much fucking funner time. That's why the comedy starts first. It's the baseline of the Finn's Tailgate. It's a tailgate party. Have a drink, smoke one, whatever you got to do, and chill the fuck out. And go hard at each other. Fun. So, with that, we will turn the chapter. Hit the like button, everyone. Hit it, hit it, hit it. Get the likes up, because I want to get into these bets with Brandon the Bookie, and I want a lot of people to make sure that they're here. Brandon the Bookie hanging into Bizak, ready to make it happen. He did good on his. We never were able to connect together for his NFL picks. But he did go 2 on the college picks, and the third one he lost was his homer pick for his Gators, which he shouldn't have done. He got all worked up because they put a whooping on freaking Utah, and he should have known that it was the Pac-12. So, you know what I mean, man? I gotta remember what's going on. So, I'm going to bring up Brandon the Bookie, and let's get into some stuff, because tomorrow there is some college football. Let me go ahead and get my bet you pulled up, because Brandon might say one or two. Brandon the Bookie might say one or two, and I might have to go, yeah, you know what, I like that bet. Further ado, welcome, Brandon.
What's going on, man?
What's going on, buddy?
Hey, man. Listen, I'm sorry
Nothing.
about
Did you
last
like
week
my
on
rant?
getting those. Yeah, I loved it, man. And I apologize to everybody not getting those NFL picks out, man. I had a little bit of crazy time. That's why I had to jump off so fast. But all in all, man, I you know how I said I usually like holding off a little bit on the NFL week 1. But all in all,
Well,
man,
yeah,
I ended
definitely.
I ended up going 5-3 for the whole weekend. You know, I said I love the dogs all week, and ended up really pulling out, man. It was a heavy dog weekend. Really capped off with that Seattle one, that we had for Monday night, which, I mean, pretty crazy how that all played out. But, as I said, the Southern Miss kind of didn't play out exactly the way I saw it going, but with the plus 27 points, like I said, man, that was huge. I couldn't pass that up, end up being a winner. And that Texas-Alabama game, I almost called that exactly the way it played out. And
So
I was a little surprised Alabama didn't pull a little bit at the end. But, like I said, we cashed those two. Unfortunately, my Gators let me down. But as far as the weekend goes on the NFL games, my main – one that I was kind of leaning towards.
Before you get into those, I actually hit a couple too. I'm up pretty decent. I definitely seen that whatchamacallit coming.
Well, I know
on Monday night. I seen that Monday night.
Yes, we did. Boy, we talked about that.
I played a couple of things on that, and I hit all over that thing. I'm up about 25 when I put out about 60. So.
I took the Seattle, but I was not comfortable enough playing money line, taking them straight up. But, I mean, 6.5 points ended up being huge there. I know me and you also talked, I believe it might have been on air, we talked a little bit about the Green Bay, Minnesota game, and we were both eye to eye on that one. We both love Minnesota in that game. So, like I said, first week's usually kind of hard, but you can kind of look at some history and
you know what it is with Aaron Rodgers. You know what it is with Aaron Rodgers early in the year? He's rusty and knocking off rust. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying he's not interested, but he doesn't take the offseason. I mean, look, at his age.
It's load management.
Yes, at this point in his career, he doesn't really need to put too much effort in the offseason. By week or 3 or 4, you know how it is. He gets it going. It's not. I know he's lost, obviously some weapons, but I've still got faith in, them turning it around. They're not going to be 0-17. So shout out to Aquavision with the $10 donation. Great stream as always. We will continue to win games to at QB. I love you, Aqua. Always chill as fuck. Aqua believes in the Tua future. I respect him. He's always been kind, never dogging. Aqua gets it. He knows exactly what time it is to be in these types of things. I love you, Aqua. Appreciate the donation. Guys, be like Aqua. So, absolutely.
Go ahead.
So, do you want to get into?
Always got
do you want to get into?
Yeah, let's get it Saturday. Let's get it Saturday, man, because I'm excited.
Okay.
I'm excited.
Saturday, I've got a little bit of a. It's honestly, it's a pretty bad slate for college football. If you're trying to watch, some equally paired up teams, there's a lot of a lot of cupcakes playing top teams, and I typically like to stay away from those for the most part, but I do have a couple plays I like here. Let's go with USF. It's a 24.5 point spread here. My Gators came out. I don't want to say they were flat. It was mainly all at the quarterback position with them. But this week, I see them maybe turning around as far as Anthony Richardson's not going to be as bad. However, 24.5 points until they prove that they can consistently put some points up. And, we have a huge running game, which runs the clock out. And I think we're going to see a lot of that. So it's going to be a low-scoring affair. I'm going to take USF plus the 24.5 here. But UF will win this. There's just too many better athletes on one side of the field.
You don't think UF will come back and try to run the score up on this game just because they fell short last week a little bit?
Not necessarily. I think, look, if they still win by 3 touchdowns, it's going to be good. So they can still win this game anywhere from 17 to 20, 23 points and still look good. They have Tennessee coming up, and the SEC. We got to get some wins there. We've got to be able to turn this thing around. I think that they're going to be fine if they can get a couple touchdown, scored, and spread it out that way. So, but I can't give up. Like I said, man, I've been a big fan of the dogs lately and taking the points. So I'm going to take USF here. Like I said, give me the 24.5. That seems like a good number for me. The next game I wanted to go to. It's going to be actually a pretty interesting one. This is going to probably be one of the better watches of the weekend. It's going to be the Penn State Auburn. I'm leaning Penn State here.
Really?
Yeah, I'm only gonna lay 2.5 points here. That's the spread.
Is it in Auburn or Penn State?
It's in Auburn. I think Penn State's gonna come on the road, and I think they're, like I said, at 2.5 points, they're gonna win by a field goal or more. I'm not a huge believer in Auburn here, so that's one of my plays for this weekend. The other one, it's a
1.5 point spread to Penn State or Auburn. 2.5 to Penn.
Yes, they're 2.5 point favorites on the road at Auburn. They're the better team. I don't know how much the home field's really gonna affect Penn State in this game.
I might take that, bro. I might take that one, Brandon.
Okay, and the next one I got here, if you look at this spread, you're probably looking at Georgia versus South Carolina. You've got, I believe, probably the best team in college football this year. A really good chance at repeating. And they're going to be going on the road to South Carolina. The spread's only 25 points. A lot of people are going to look at that and jump all over Georgia, looking for the hammer, probably, thinking they're going to win by 40. I actually like South Carolina here. Once again, that's a lot of points. It's still an SEC matchup. South Carolina upset them a couple years ago, and they seem to play them pretty well when they get together. So I actually like South Carolina and take the 25. I have one more Saturday game that I want to, include on here. It's the big one.
Yeah.
A lot of the fans here are going to be watching it. Of course, it's going to be Miami going on the road to College Station, playing A&M.
I was gonna ask you.
It's a big one. I saved
it's
the
a
best
big
for last.
game, bro.
It is a big
Has
game.
Miami been holding back? Because I haven't seen the kind of guys out there
Not
doing the type
necessarily.
of
I
stuff
think
I expect them to do. Well, I feel like
Cristobal's getting that program turned around. It's going to take a couple one or two good recruiting classes to kind of get this thing going for him. He doesn't necessarily have his players for his scheme, but he has no doubt changed the culture within that entire program. I don't think they're going to get there under the big lights and be scared. A&M has looked like hot garbage on offense. A little bit of a quarterback controversy.
Miami is getting 6 points in this game.
6.5. I got it at 6.5.
I got it at 6 right now.
Did it go down to 6?
It's down to 6 right now.
Okay.
But listen, the point total is only 44.5 too.
Yeah.
Wow. I think there's gonna be more than that. I'm taking that over, dude.
I think Tyler Van Dyke's gonna go on the road, get a big win here. I think Cristobal, this is gonna be kind of a program building win on the road at an SEC school. I know A&M obviously got upset last week, so it takes a little bit of luster off of this slightly. However, I take Miami, take the 6 or 6.5, whatever you can get it shopped at. And if you want to, I would put a little bit of money here on the money line. I see the
money
upset
on the money line, bro. I'm putting it on the money line right now.
And like I said, this is not a homer thing. I am not a Canes fan. It's not.
No,
so
you're a Gators fan. But
I legitimately think that this is
chances
going to be a win. Absolutely.
I think so too. I'm putting that in right now. I'm taking the money line on that. It was plus 180, dude. How could I say no?
Plus money is always a nice thing.
Oh man,
plus money is always a nice thing.
It was easy to give that money right there. It was very
easy.
Well,
like I said, I got kind of a weak 4-game slate for the college games, but I don't want to give out too much here that, like I said, pick stuff just to pick it.
Yeah, there's not a lot
that I'm actually going to be.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm gonna. Anything I give will have my money behind it. And I wanted to move on to some Sunday games, man. And we've got some. We've got a decent set of games here. I'm going to go ahead and start with the Tampa, New Orleans. I know New Orleans. New Orleans is probably going to have some
New Orleans has had
this.
Tampa's number. New Orleans has had Tampa's
number
get the
for
money
a while
now.
Tampa's only a 2.5 point favorite. I haven't checked the line here in the last couple hours. I'm not sure if it's moved any. But
oh man, it's still 2.5 right now, dude. That's
still 2.5. Listen, I like Tampa here. going on the road. Obviously, like I said, Brady's seen it all. Nothing's going to, shake him.
What about the over/under on that game at 44? Do you think they'll get higher than that? I mean, last week
I
the
like the
Saints
over.
scored like 27 points. I know Brady didn't score a lot last week, but does anyone think Brady's going to string together 2 bad performance games? I don't know. If he does, I'll really wonder if he's getting old.
No, that's not going to be this year. If you're going to play it, this is not an official play for me, but I would lean towards the over on that.
Yeah, I got you.
We've also got an Indianapolis-Jacksonville game.
I'm looking at that too.
Little bit of a head scratcher with last weekend. That Indy draw that they got to. Maybe some people are starting to pull back off of it. Jacksonville's they're just a hot mess, man. They get into the red zone time after time and just can't really seem to put it in the end zone. They're settling for field goals. They're having a hard time scoring. That's not going to work against Indy. They're going to control the line of scrimmage, and I think they're going to be able to control this game. Indianapolis is only a 3-point favorite here. Just go ahead and lay those points. 3. I don't think a field goal is going to be an issue.
Yeah,
here.
I think Indy comes back and gets it figured out and puts up a beat down like they should.
They're a far superior coach, team, talent. It is all going to win out here. Don't. First week of the NFL, like I said, it can get goofy. So a lot of people.
I'm gonna put that in a parlay. Actually.
Okay.
I'm gonna put that one in a parlay because I think that's gonna happen.
The beauty of this is like I said, I took a lot of dogs last week because when there's uncertainty, I feel better getting points. It ended up working out last week. I think we saw some pretty confusing and head-scratching, results. And what happens in week 2, we don't have a big sample size to go over. A lot of people are very reactionary.
A lot of overreactions, yep.
Yes. And I think that's going to actually, the market is being overcorrected now. So this is the time where if you saw something in week 1 and you think, oh, that's it, team's trash, or no. It's a long season. As we know, preseason does not get a lot of play anymore for starters. You don't get the chance to gel. Offenses can't click. Same thing with the Dolphins. Don't think that you saw a finished product week 1. So that's the same. It goes with every team. So like I said, here, only 3 points. Lay 'em, take Indy, and I don't think it's going to be that close.
All right.
So
what's your next matchup? Because I got one that I'm befuddled about, but go ahead.
Okay. I did not play. I'm not playing all games this week. These are my official plays here. This is going to be a Carolina Giants. Pretty amazing game last week from the Giants. Good ending. Love the cojones there to go for the 2 and get the win. That's great. Once again, large fan base. Maybe a slight overreaction here.
They're giving Carolina +1 right now.
I got it at 1.5. Even 1's fine. It's not going to change much there. I like Carolina here. Going on the road, you get a point and a half, whatever it is. I think that we saw a good performance from the Giants, but maybe an overreaction. Give me Carolina. Give me the points.
Yeah, I put that in the last one you had in the parlay. Indianapolis with 3.5, yes. and the Carolina getting a point. I think Carolina beats them by more than 1, obviously.
Yeah.
So is that all you got for those? Because I got a couple of questions.
I've got a couple more. Okay, so let me go to this one. This is going to be the Sunday night game. It's going to be Chicago and Lambeau Field playing Green Bay. Like I said, Aaron Rodgers, obviously not his best performance, but he had a terrible week 1 last year, and all he did was go on to win MVP. So don't read too much into stuff like that. And I believe Vegas is actually agreed with me. They're putting this at a 10-point spread. They're saying Green Bay -10. And honestly, I think it's the right side. I know Chicago got a lot of turnovers, but it was a messy game against the 49ers. It was sloppy. If you saw the game, I mean, they were basically playing, I believe the Great Lakes overflowed and went right into Soldier Field last week. You're not going to get those conditions again. I think Green Bay lay the 10 here. I would put this kind of more at a medium level warmth on how I got to feel. 10's bad. If you can find it at 9.5, jump on it, but I'm still playing it at 10.
Yeah, I think that'll go down. Chicago Bears fans bet on that.
If you have to buy it down the half point, as long as you're not paying too much for it, I would say get it there. But even at 10, it's a play.
All right.
I've also got Tennessee and Buffalo.
Yes.
Everybody's ready
what a
to crown
spread.
Buffalo. Yeah, 10 points. I got. What are you looking
I got it
at?
I got it at 11 right now.
It's moving. It's moving. I know everybody's ready to crown Buffalo Super Bowl champs, and they may win it all this year.
Bro, how are they going to crown someone a Super Bowl champ that never won a Super Bowl? It's just ridiculous to me.
I know, and I get it. In Tennessee here, going on the road, I understand, but we're not dealing with blizzard conditions. So we're not yet. It's still early. If you can get it at 11, I was going to play it at 10. Take Tennessee, take the points. I think they're going to do a pretty good job counteracting to what Buffalo wants to do. They're going to be able to dictate more of the game than I believe everybody's ready to see. A lot of people have Buffalo that opening night against the defending champs, saw them absolutely control them from the opening whistle basically until the end, and I believe it's an overcorrection here. I actually think this is more of about a 7.5 point game. But if you can take Tennessee and you can get 10 or 11 points, take it. Absolutely take it. And I've also got one more I wanted to put on here. It's going to be the Minnesota and the Philly game. I'm kind of drinking the Kool-Aid, man. I know Philly's got one of the best O-lines, one of the best D-lines. I'm not a big Hurts fan. That's the only thing. And I know they've got a lot going right for Philly, but I'm drinking the Kool-Aid with Minnesota right now.
I know, bro. Minnesota's going to be hard early on. I'm telling you.
And you're getting points. It's plus. I got it at plus 2.5. What did you?
I got it. It's already down to +1 right now. But the money line's plus 115 though.
Play the money line.
I'm gonna play the money line on that one. I am. I think the Eagles drop another one right here. Yep.
So
we'll play the
go
money
ahead and
line
take
on that
Minnesota
one.
there. If you can just play the money line, I think if you're getting plus money, that's the correct play. And then obviously the big game we got for the week, going up to Baltimore. As everybody knows, not a lot of success up there.
Bad.
However, some things have changed. We did embarrass them last year with the 0 blitzes, and Lamar didn't have an idea what was going on there. Maybe we have the blueprint on that, but he's still
definitely have the team
quick.
to do that.
We do. I think we go up there. I think we get the win. I really do, but maybe my fandom is playing a little bit into that. But I think this is finally
money line's
time.
165 right now, plus 165 on the money line.
What do you got the spread at? Still 3.5?
Still 3.5. Yep.
So if you can take Miami, I would take the 3.5 over a money line for an actual play for a money bet. If you want to put a little something on and get those plus money there for the money line, that's fine. But take the 3.5. Absolutely take the 3.5. If it goes below 3, get scared a little bit on that because of the payouts for it. At that point, just roll the dice and just put it on the money line. But at 3.5 points, take the points. Do what you got to do if you got to lay -110. But that's my NFL slate for this week. I like my picks. I can't wait to see how everything plays out. I'm actually going to be in the sports book this weekend, so I'm going to have my eyes on multiple TVs, seeing how everything shakes out.
Well, if you want to jump on at halftime, give us an update and shit like that.
Absolutely.
That would be cool. Or after or something from the hardcore location. So, question in the chat: how do you feel about the New England-Pittsburgh matchup right now? Pittsburgh's favored at 2.5 points.
Yes. God,
New England's.
I'm gonna love to watch this game, but for me, it's not a play. I'm laying off of it. I struggle with it a little bit, But, you know, Pittsburgh, in all honesty, they didn't want to win that game last weekend. Neither did Cincy. They did everything they could between missing kicks back and forth, turning the ball over. It was an ugly thing. So I don't know what to think with that. I don't have a good play on that. Just a gut feeling, like I said, I would probably take Pittsburgh here, but I'm gonna lay off that game.
At 2.5 points, if you were gonna bet them, you might as well just take the money line for the payout. You know what I'm saying? Because why would even play 2.5 at home? I mean, it's a hard game to cut. They ain't even giving. They're really giving a half a point to New England. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be real, because of the home field advantage.
Yeah, and I don't think that New England's necessarily 3 points better at all.
Yeah, I know it's a hard game. That's why. That was
going to be an interesting
chat.
watch. Yep, absolutely. That's an interesting watch. So I will definitely be catching that game.
Yeah, I still think Pittsburgh edges them out. But it's almost like if they lost because of like a field goal or something and just a ground down and stops on defense, like that could happen too. And only because, you know, it just be. I expect that game's over under is at 40.5. I expect it to hit the under. I do. I expect it to be a lower.
I don't know.
Game.
I can see some defensive scores in that game both ways.
Yeah, I guess
that could
so.
kind of put the over in play.
Younger quarterbacks, questions at quarterback, accidents could happen for sure.
Defenses are typically still ahead by week 2 of offenses, and in all honesty, New England, I don't know if their offense is ever going to get clicking this year.
So 2 games that I'm looking at and questioning what the hell's going on here is San Francisco versus Seattle. Seattle is 10-point underdogs.
Yeah.
10-point underdogs.
After
San Francisco
looked. Yep.
San Francisco looked horrendous.
The conditions
horrendous,
were ugly,
bro.
and they did look. They did.
Man,
and I'm not I'm not buying the Trey Lance, hype. But it was rough, man, going on the road and those conditions for him. I don't know. I that's a layoff, like I said, for me also. But it will be interesting to see if that was just a one-off,
it's a division
ugly
rival game.
I know.
I mean, it's got all the makings for a slugfest.
Yep.
That's won by less than a touchdown, much less 10 points, bro.
10
and then
points
on the flip
is a
side,
lot.
it's a lot for
a lot
fucking
of points
division
in
game.
NFL. Yep.
Come on, bro. And now I get it. Like, I don't know, man. Like, listen, I do not believe in Geno Smith. Never have.
You know what?
I
might be able to get talked into it by kickoff, but as of right now, I'm laying off that game.
The money line for them to win that game, and I could see it happening, is plus 320, bro.
Yeah, but the only thing that scares me, man, is did we see Geno's best performance you're going to see all season? You know what I'm saying? Did he come out and really just... I don't know if you're going to see a repeat
from
on
Trey
that.
Lance is all I want to know. Against Pete Carroll's defense, who looked pretty good against Russell Wilson, and they're going to have to do the exact same...
Not having Kittle last week definitely hurt him.
I know. Well, they're going to have Kittle back this week. But so what? Like I don't know, man. 10 points is a lot, and they could win. I don't know if I bet the money line, but I might take those points. The next game I got questions about is the Houston Texans and the Broncos. Texans are favored at 10.5. Am I crazy to think...
underdogs.
Underdogs at 10.5.
Yes. Yeah.
Am I crazy to think that the Texans are going to keep it closer? That I don't believe in Denver at all, bro. I don't believe in Russell Wilson.
Yeah,
bro.
About that.
I don't believe in them.
I'm
not sure about their weapons. Their defense doesn't seem as good as I remembered it up close. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's holes in that secondary and in the center of that field. And I'm not... Listen, they suck. We all know that Houston's not a competitive football team. But I don't have enough respect for freaking Denver right now to think and honestly, their coach in his first game, he looked overwhelmed. I'm telling you, that first time head coach and what's his face.
He even came out and said that was a bad call. I mean, in all honesty, do you pay somebody $256 million just to have a kicker go out and try a 64-yard? I mean, it was definitely a rookie. I mean, to quote Philbin, he got a little queasy in the moment, I think.
He definitely did, and
that's scary.
they fought terribly against a team they should have destroyed, number one. And it looked ugly on offense. It looked ugly on defense. That team looked ugly on Monday night. They did not look good. It was... I didn't like it. It was poor execution. It looked like bad play calling. It looked like there was no flow to their team.
It looked like there were some issues that definitely need to be worked out. And I don't know if they're going to get worked out over a couple practices this week.
No, man.
I agree.
So I'm thinking I'm gonna put a parlay of those two games up, like taking the points, not upsets, but I'm gonna take both those points on that. I think that's
you
gonna
would
be a
get
good
insane
idea.
odds if you parlayed those two as money lines.
I'm gonna parlay them. I'm gonna see what I get. Let me see. Let me put it together on a parlay. Hold on. There's that.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm still taking a couple weeks. I usually like until about week 4 before you start getting a little bit of data to look at teams and a little bit more of an eyeball test and a feel for how you're, gonna see these teams perform before I really start making more plays. But like I said, I got 7 plays for this week. That's a pretty good slate. But some of these games I just had to lay off, man. I don't have a good feel either way. But,
what do you think about Atlanta? What do you think about Atlanta 10.5 with LA?
Maybe Atlanta a little overperformed last week. Maybe, obviously the Rams maybe slightly underperformed. Is everything going to kind of go back to normal, or it's a lot of points. It's a lot of points, but I just don't have a feel on it, man. And I'm not feeling really good about the whole elbow issue with Stafford until we get a couple weeks in, man. I want to see if it's going to hold up. I want to see how the team's going to respond.
The Jets are getting
here. 10.5's a lot. I would probably take the Rams anyways because Donald can just wreck a game.
I know. I think they're going to want a shine back game too, from losing the way they did.
And Jalen Ramsey's been embarrassed the last 2 games he's played in. Pretty good.
He has. He hasn't looked good. I'm going to look at some player props later on the line and put them together before the game on some stuff, because I'm looking at some favorable matchups that they might give good money on for a touchdown or something. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe Sunday before the game we can put together a few props that we like, and maybe I'll share a few that I think are going to jump out and pay off. So maybe we can do that. If anybody wants to tune back in on Sunday, I will not give them out any sooner than that, but we can get a couple player props and a couple interesting things to kind of look out for, because we got to look at matchups. That's where the props are, paid out. You got to look at matchup schemes, a lot of different things. So,
yeah, and then there's certain guys that go out. I'm looking at the Baltimore game coming up, and I'm going to be doing film breakdown here directly. And
I know I've also been very football centric. I'm excited. Football season's back. As you all know, it's just the best time of year. But from time to time, if I see a good play in MLS or the EPL, Serie A, Bundesliga, anything like that, I will also give out some soccer stuff while we still have it. And I know that's not exciting for everybody, but the fans out there that do enjoy watching some of it.
Yeah, bro.
From time to time, I will mix it up a little. But right now, man, I've just been so focused on football. I'm so excited for the season. So excited for everything.
College too.
Absolutely. So
yeah.
And once we get into the World Cup, I can't wait. So I will be ready for that.
Yeah, bro. Can you believe we're gonna have some World Cup? Lee's about it, bro. He's a big soccer fan. I know Most is.
I would love to pick their brains. Yep.
Yeah,
absolutely.
They keep up on all that stuff big time.
Absolutely. So those are my plays for the week. Like I said, some of them I have to lay off of, but I gave a pretty good slate. I've got 4 college, and then I've got 7 for the NFL this week. And like I said, if anybody wants to tune back in Sunday, maybe before kickoff, we can let a few last-minute player props and team props, stuff like that.
Yeah, man.
We'll
Let's definitely do that.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So,
man.
any questions, anybody, about some match or anything like that? Bring them anytime, every time. I mean, Brandon will answer them and stuff like that. He's all about, the segment and the ordeal.
Absolutely, I want to help you guys. But if you got any questions, I'd love to help.
I'm looking at some player props even in this Dolphins game. I'm not looking at them right now, but I've been watching a little bit of the film, and if Tua has a game with his arm, first of all, with the weapons we got, we could totally expose how they play the pass out there and all this soft coverage and stuff like that. So underneath, this is a Tua game. If they play the same way they did in the defenses they did against the Jets, then there's no doubt that we can win this football game. So
absolutely. This is not just keep your fingers crossed and pray that you can win. This team is, between the defense, which is still coming into form. I believe we're going to get some more snaps this week out of Andrew Van Ginkel, which is going to be huge, I believe, for containment. I mean,
he was huge in the last game.
He was, and you remember Jalen Phillips, tracking Lamar down on the sideline like an animal really was amazing to see. So we've got athletes to help contain and help, keep the offense somewhat in check for the Ravens. There's no excuses. This is a winnable game. This is not a guaranteed win. This is not a laydown, but this is a winnable game on the road, absolutely. And we need to start off 2-0 because I'm telling you what, it's going to be tough this year to get this AFC trying to get a playoff spot. You need to get your wins. We got an early start to our season. It's going to be tough. But if we can,
there's already 2 overtime games week 1 in the AFC. Like, that's how tough it is, bro.
It's tough.
There's already
it's
2 over.
tough.
Houston was able to bring the Colts to overtime, even though their running back ran for like 130 all-purpose yards. You know what I'm saying? And their quarterback threw for however many yards. They still kept them within. I mean, damn. And Texans aren't all that good, So it's going to be a tough AFC this year. Jaguars aren't going to be the walk in the park that they were, even though they're still in disarray.
The only reason why I'm a little bit, kind of waiting back on the Jags. I mean, they did a good job last week. They were moving the ball, but it's the execution in that red zone. That's where a mediocre team to even a good team and the elite team separate. It's not the field in between the 20s. It's the red zone, man. It's got to put points up, and you really got to score touchdowns in order to win in this league. And they just haven't proven it yet. So the Jags may not be a walk in the park. They're not, the old Jags, years and years ago where, they're going 2-14 and stuff. 4 or 5 years ago, you had rough years, and hell, you can go back even decades, from the start. But they're not there yet, and it's going to be a long season for them if they can't put up the points.
That ain't no lie, bro. That is not any lie. All right, Brandon. Well, hopefully I'll be able to catch you on,
absolutely.
The morning of
we'll
for
link,
some player
we'll link
prop
up
bets
Sunday. Yep, we'll link up Sunday morning, and we'll get some good content for the guys.
Sounds great, bro. All right, man. I'll see you next time, man. Take it easy.
All right, bye.
Later. Yeah, guys. Thanks for Brandon the Bookie coming by, giving some of the good old bets and stuff like that. I appreciate it. Anytime, every time you guys need a little bit of questions and whatnot, you can totally ask them and stuff like that. Guys, we're coming up on the 1 hour mark. Make sure you're hitting the like button, subscribing if you're new. If you're watching on Facebook, Twitter, make sure that you guys are checking out all the great content that we got here on the network. Tonk 7 typically comes between 9 and 10. Color commentary, you guys can catch them late night and also catch them again on Saturday mornings with coffee and a cup of color. Saturday nights, you got Late Night Exhale with Ali coming at you. And then every other night of the week and day of the week, you can catch me, El Capitan, bringing it to you sometimes, every time, all the time. Cash App, Venmo, support the channel, guys. Fanatics link, support the channel. Please help support the channel. We need help. Also, you guys can get some of the good gear hanging around. Got links in the description for all the gear, as well as an external link for some of the new stuff. And we're partnered with Backroom Collections. Offer code #TFTG to get 10% off of all of your purchases. Thank you. And guys, you know, always questions through the super chat are always welcome. We really appreciate it. So, we're gonna look at some of the Baltimore stuff, and we're gonna take a look at some of the plays that, you know, we're gonna go through. We're gonna comb through some stuff. We're gonna do a little bit of bouncing back and forth between the Dolphins film and the Baltimore film, trying to just break down a couple of things that are, you know, areas and keys in which we can key up on to win this football game. Real quick, if who doesn't know, Liam Eichenberg, Jesse, Jesus, man, I'm just freaking all over. Teron Armstead is on short-term IR. Not looking good for him. Excuse me. God dang it. Teron Armstead is not on IR. Excuse me. Austin Jackson goes on short-term IR. Teron Armstead is questionable with his foot or his toe. I don't think he's not gonna play. Okay, so don't worry, don't freak out. Teron Armstead's gonna play. Austin Jackson, on the other hand, is out. I don't think that's a bad thing. I told you guys early on, back when we were in preseason, okay, and there we were really talking about tackle depth and everything like that, and then you guys weren't seeing Greg Little, but I was told that they're holding Greg Little out, and that they love Greg Little. He was a little nicked up, which is kind of funny because his last name is Little, but they had full confidence that he could play right tackle for him effectively and good. On the other hand, Austin Jackson was struggling and still continuing to struggle. They like his athleticism, all this stuff. I think this is probably better for Austin Jackson. Give some more time for him to develop and learn in the system while he's nursing whatever the hell it is that he's got going on. Don't freak out like there's going to be a drop-off from Austin Jackson to it's just not the case. Greg will play better than Austin Jackson at right tackle. So it's a good thing, if anything. And hopefully it equates into a better thing because Austin Jackson will get a little bit better down the line, hopefully. So, but does raise the question about our tackle depth, which we've talked about. Those were my top two concerns. It was corner depth, which they seem to have figured out, as far as getting some of these young guys to play while Nick Needham plays on the outside. And something I worried about, but I mean, with that, plus with how good our safeties are, they could have figured out. The problem is kind of out there alone when you're the tackle. A lot of times you can get some help and pass guys off, but when you're a left tackle or a right tackle, you're going against the best. So you really need to, you know what I'm saying? You got to freaking check it out. You gotta make sure you're the guy. So there's plays that are gonna key in on you when you're a left or a right tackle that you not doing your job fuck the whole play up. That's an easy way to put it. So I think we'll do all right. I am gonna focus in and show you guys about their front and how they attack and stuff like that. As far as our Dolphins right now, questionable. Well, Cethan Carter's out. He does have a concussion. Sylvan Ahmed is still questionable. Teron Armstead, they've listed as questionable, which he'll play. Hunter Long has been limited and questionable with an ankle injury. Christian Wilkins is questionable, but he'll play. And Cedric Wilson Jr. is been limited with a toe, and he's questionable, but I'm sure he'll play too. Not that if Cedric Wilson isn't there, I'm pretty sure the snaps can get figured out with Craycraft, Sherfield. Maybe even we'll bring in the young guy Ikuzama and I like our depth at wide receiver. I'm not too worried about if they decide to sit Cedric Wilson. But other than that, the Baltimore Ravens, on the other hand, they've got some problems. Their wide receiver, they've got a wide receiver that's doubtful, James Porsche. Their tackle, Ron Staley, is doubtful, which is not good for them. They also, their running back, Dobbs, is still questionable, even though I think he'll probably play. I'm not really too worried about Dobbs, honestly. Where it really gets dicey for the Ravens is in their secondary, which hasn't been all that to write home about anyhow. They play a lot of cover 2, cover 4, split coverages, some man, and sometimes they'll blitz some guys and go into almost like a cover 3 type of thing. It's weird, with like underneath man coverage on certain plays, and really that cover they showed cover 4 and brought a delayed blitz from the safety position all the way down, and Flacco freaking hit him on a drag route last week, which he really could have hit the guy on the end because the matchup was favorable, but still Flacco picked them apart in their secondary for like passes that were 8, 9, 10, 12, 15 yards. He just picked them apart. And I think there's going to be a lot of those opportunities there for us. They've got, they got a DB. Brandon Stevens is questionable. They've got Marlon Humphrey is questionable. Marcus Peters is questionable. Fuller is out. Their secondary is a lot of question marks. And whether or not these guys are going to play or not, there's one thing for certain. They're definitely banged up. And this is not the week you want to have some kind of something going on your ordealio if you're going against Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle with the kind of speed. And not for nothing, but Chase Edmonds and Raheem Mostert, both fast guys. And for Raheem Mostert, gets loose in the secondary, and one of these guys got to catch him. If you got a little something you're favoring, you're not gonna be able to chase him. And Chase Edmonds, with his cutback ability, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a little Myles Gaskin, because whether you guys like to know it or not, and I had hoped that we could use our speed on the outside with the outside zone and stuff like that. But really what I saw that was effective from looking at some of their film last year, and we'll see some of it again, is a little bit of that inside zone run is popping off to them. Because their linebackers aren't so quick, they're sound in their gap scheme. They're very sound at their defensive front. They're able to get and lock up and slide and get lateral without taking on ground because they're big and they're strong. And they're able to keep their gaps and hold their mans and get on the inside to close running lanes, especially on the outside. But on the inside, if you punch it hard and quick and create that inside zone scheme, catch these linebackers flat-footed, and they don't have the lateral speed to make football play moves in that way. And because of they're banged up in their secondary, they're playing a lot of soft zone. So you're going to be able to pick them apart in that part of the field. So we're going to look at it. It's going to be a lot of stuff. Jay Zan says, you got to play Xavier Howard mic'd up video from New England game. See what Christian Wilkins did to Cater Kahoo after he caused the fumble. Yeah, I did. That guy needs to chill out, bro. I get it. I'm excited too, but he's kind of like my dog in some ways. I don't mean to call him a dog, But like my dog, he's still like a puppy, but he's like a fully grown Springer. But like he wants to kind of get, like all dogs, he's just too much. He wants to jump on people and wants to do all, and like you're too big and heavy and strong to be getting up in people's laps and jump like Christian Wilkins. You're too big and heavy and strong to be like diving your 300-pound ass at freaking 200-pound wide receivers. You just or at DBs and shit. You just take them out. I love the enthusiasm. I love the heart. Be careful, home slice. So yeah, the Ravens, as far as their secondary goes, I mean they got a linebacker out. Okay, their linebacking unit is banged up as far as their will, but they do a lot of two linebacker sets. But I mean, they're going to be asking a lot of these linebackers to cover a lot of stuff, and I'll tell you what, Mike Gesicki might have himself a game today. If you got Mike Gesicki on your fantasy league, watch out, because this might be a game that he pops off against these linebackers in coverage, because they're not going to be able to keep up with him, and they're going to play soft zone, and he's going to be able to leak out. Tight ends should have a game in this game. They should be able to leak out in the flat and just sit there, and the linebacker's going to be playing deep because these guys don't have speed. They got to close in. They got to kind of give that up, and I seen that in the game with the Jets. They played, high cover 4 and cover 5, split coverages way deep in the field, leaving all this underneath stuff, which is just there for the taking. Just take it. So what? And they give up ground very easily. They do crunch down in the red zone, but I think our speed inside the red zone can really be the factor. As long as we stay out in front and neutralize do what we did last year against Lamar defensively. And I like our safeties, bro. Our safeties are good. So they can play that deep ball, because that's really where Lamar can kill you outside of his legs. Because I know people are like, oh, Lamar, da-da-da. But Lamar's got a hell of a strong arm, and he can get outside the pocket and fit. He can fit in a nice, hard pass. Bitch just sails like 20 yards downfield, so you got to be careful. But I think our secondary can handle it for sure. Plus our, blitz packages and stuff like that. We'll bring the boy down, Brandon Jones, and he'll put a licking on it. But also, their linebacking unit is banged up. I mean, if we start seeing guys like Vance Beagle playing their outside linebacker position for them, we're going to be all right. They've got Terrius Bowser out. They've got David Ajabe out. I mean, they're banged up. And so banged up like Marcus Peters is questionable. Brandon Stevens is questionable. Kyle Fuller is out. Who else? Marlon Humphrey is questionable. Like, we start seeing guys like Demarion Williams out there playing corner for them, and we should look for those matchups, and hopefully coach will see them, see that the man's out, the wide receiver will alert to vice versa, whatever, and they know that, hey, Demarius Williams is playing man-to-man on Waddle right now. You know what I'm saying? We need to let him, because they're bracketing Tyreek over there in the nickel safety, because it's 2nd and 14. No. Because it's 2nd and 4 or 2nd and 2. They're playing run. So hit that man-to-man on the outside, because Waddle might house that bitch. They got to take advantage of things like that. So, what did you... Oh. Yeah, doggy. I know how to play football, Holmes. Yeah, man, I had things ready and set and made, but with the camera problems and all the other stuff, I had to scrap it. So we're going to kind of go through it a little bit live here, look at stuff. In the future, I'll try to have like a ready-made digestive material in which you guys can enjoy to watch. I got a couple of things I want to do with it, so it should be fun. You want score prediction? So if Tua does what he does and can do in the passing game, which this should be a good game for him. It really should, because there are plays on the field in between the like right out in front. Ain't even having to take like, hard angles. Like, there's plays developed down in front, and there's ways to create manufactured space with the speed on when they play their cover 4 and their split coverages. They're going to be wide open guys underneath in the flat at times. Tight ends. They put compromising positions. When you have a running back coming out on like a drag route from the slot, they're going to be playing zone, and the will is going to pass them off to the middle linebacker, and that's literally going to create a compromising position, because then you have the tight end leak out into the flat on the other side, and he's like, shit, I got to cover 2 guys right now. So granted, if the pressure's on him inside the pocket, just take the running back in front of you. But if he's got time to look and see that tight end, and if that tight end is faster than what said linebacker, that's Vance Beagle playing that spot out there, you hit that tight end, and if it's Mike Gesicki, he should be streaking down the field till one of the safeties come up at least 12, 15 yards. So there's some good stuff. I know, D1. I've heard you, bro. You out there just getting it. I know. I heard you. They don't want to know what's coming. You know what? Baltimore fans are feeling optimistic as a muh. They think that they're just going to embarrass the Dolphins. And that only happens if we lose containment on who, Lamar Jackson. But I don't understand. I don't see how through personnel alone how we don't do that. How that doesn't happen. It would have to literally be a Josh Boyer kind of flub game for him to not use our outside linebackers how they already used them last week. Essentially, here's what they need to do. Last week, we asked our outside linebackers, Melvin Ingram, and you've seen them do this, cover the far end flat on like a running back or something like that, Well, this week, rather than get upfield and drift back, you're going to have to get upfield and sit down. Because if you create that drift space for the screen or the little fucking dump off to the running back or whomever, you're going to give that inside running lane to Lamar Jackson. And he's going to take it every single time. Now, if you play it closed and you allow, say it's like a backside throw to the running back, and you remain home, so what if the running back gets it a little bit? You should still be close enough to either get to the running back with a minimal gain, even if it's 2 or 3. But those types of things you force Lamar to have to do rather than doing what he wants to do, which is hope that you bit and gave him that inside running lane and he could torch you. That's what you can't have. You can't have him breaking off 25-yard runs. That'll fucking destroy you. It'll tire you guys out. It's not what you want to do. Taking a play to the running back in the flat or a backside screen like throw with everybody going the other way is lesser of two evils on a lot of these plays you're going to have to do. You got to play disciplined. So that and sometimes dial up the safety to come downfield or the nickel corner and have him drift out and pass it off to your safeties, and you play cover 4. You only show cover 3, but then you drift the guy back out into cover 4. Okay? And we can do that with these safeties. We can do it with Nick Needham. We can do it with these guys. So our DBs can make this happen. That's what makes this defense so difficult. You can't tell by personnel what we're doing. That's what makes this team difficult to play against. It's a hard team to play against because we ask our safeties and our DBs and our CBs and blah, 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 blah. We mix it up. It's very, very good. So there's going to be some good things to look at. It's going to be fun. We're going to break it down. We'll check some stuff out. So, look, let me go ahead and bring up. We're going to have to bear with me because of how I want to explain it and show it to you guys. It's going to take a little bit of doing. So, let me see. Here's a pass in which Let me see if this is it. Okay, yeah, this is it. All right. A lot of screens underneath were played in this one here. This is a red zone one. This wasn't the one I was thinking of. So they're playing man to man, and it's almost like a down in the red zone. They're kind of playing like a like cover 5 type of thing, where man to man on the outside, the free safety field right here. Oh no, wait. This isn't that. I'm looking at the other way around. My fault. My fault. This isn't the video. This is Baltimore's one. My fault. Let me bring it back. I was wondering what the hell. I was like, damn, dude, what happened? That wasn't the play. You have to bear with me because I don't know if you guys know this, but they have made it literally more difficult to do this now. Holy cow. Jeez, dude, I've never seen anything take so long in my life. Look at this. All right, what? I'm going to close this down. Close it down because I've had the window sitting up. I know, God Soldier, it's getting all messed up. You know what, guys? I'm going to play a commercial, and I'll be right back. Up, see if I can, but nowhere, because I'm going to go and just eat something until I get back. So just give me real quick. I'm going to show you guys our new commercials we'll be running on around here. See what you guys think. Let me get it pulled up first. Everything is running just super slow. Straight up embarrassingly by internet online. Terrible connection on this whole thing. All right, hold on. Goodness gracious. Nothing is opening. Told you guys I've been having some problems. All right, let's see if this will work now. God dang. All right. Give me. This is terrible.
Every 5 seconds in the world.
Hey man, do you want to help save the dolphins? They like really need our help.
Save the Dolphins? Listen, there's nothing wrong with the Dolphins.
Actually, 35%
Undefeated in 72. They come back.
All right, I'm back. Let's see if this works. Jeez, dude. I had to close everything down real quick. Goodness gracious, man. What a pain in the ass. Not está bueno. Let's see if I could do some stuff. I know. Chat. Damn, Jay-Zan. Why are you doing this? I don't understand why it's having a hard time right now. Alright, give me a second, guys.
They need our help.
Save the Dolphins? Listen, there's nothing wrong.
Actually, 35%
Undefeated in 72. They come back Super Bowl again in 73.
It's a dynasty, man.
That's right. It's the other teams in the AFC East. They're the ones that need to be saved.
Dolphins.
Dolphins. Dolphins. Dolphins. Dolphins.
Hi guys, welcome to the Backroom Collection. My name is Louis Cruz. I am your founder and lead designer here at the Backroom Collection. Just wanted to give you guys a quick intro video to describe the products that you're buying while you're on our site, so you can visualize what it is you are purchasing. So our main product are canvases. As you can see on our website, we have good designs. This is what you're going to be receiving, as you can see here displayed on my wall. It is a canvas with the design that you choose, printed on canvas, and it's spread over a thick and sturdy wood frame. It has the hardware ready to hang up, so once you pull it out of the box, it's ready to hang on the wall. These are very high quality. Shipping takes about a week or so, but this is what you're going to be getting when you purchase one of our Backroom Collection canvases. Our second product are mini helmet visors that I'm going to be adding to the website this weekend. And it's for those who have autographed mini helmets. The visors are basically a display piece that attached to the face mask of the helmet to give your helmet some pop. So that's what you're getting when you purchase a mini helmet visor. It comes with the hardware to attach it to the face mask. So just wanted to give you guys a visual of what it is, so when as you're browsing the website, you can kind of know what exactly it is that's going to be arriving at your front door. If you have any questions, you can contact me on my cell phone, on email, Twitter, Facebook Messenger. You can ask me any questions you guys have. I hope you guys have an awesome day. God bless and have fun shopping.
Hey.
Shooting star!
Make a wish.
I want a divorce.
Me too.
No.
I caught you a fish. Oh. Enjoy your coffee. Black Rifle coffee.
One of the things about Fanatics that is core to our business is the fan experience. Our role is to make sure that when they do contact us, whether it's through voice, chat, or email, that we give them a really, really world-class experience.
It's not just answering the phones or taking a chat with a customer. There's a lot more that goes into it here at Fanatics than people might think. None of it is automated. It's all handheld and tailored by a customer service athlete to ensure that that customer gets the proper communication and gets a communication that it feels like it's coming from a friend.
Our goal is to ensure that no one thinks there's a robot on the other end of the phone. We ask our athletes to be themselves while trying to build rapport with our fans.
So just creating this overall great fan experience where it seemed effortless and easy to get what they needed done, but also have a great conversation in the process.
I think what might set us apart from a normal working environment is that the culture is completely sports related, and it drives us to provide the best customer experience for our customers.
Hi, I'm 1990's Anthony Sullivan, and I'm here to tell you all about a blast from the past called the Tap Line. No longer will you accidentally spill over your vodka in hopes of drinking away the fact that you brought a strange, abusive man home with you. Tapping it on is so fun, I bet you'll be calling us again in no time just to buy some more. When using the Tap Light, you have choice to safely drink your problems away and escape from that strange man. Or you can just make your way to the bathroom and wash the warm, sticky guilt right off of your desperate hands.
No! Oh my God!
Tap it off to let him know it's time to tap you on. There's actually a lot of real, practical uses for this great product. You'll have to bear with me and ignore my shitty VHS tapes. There we go, what do you guys want to watch? You better get some ice for that toe. The Tap Light works great as a nightlight, unless you turn it off, and you better because this shit ain't cheap. Turn it off while you're taking a shit. Leave a whole trail of lights down the stairs to get rid of your kids. They'll follow them all the way out the door and you'll never see them again. Even if it's raining, go for it. Oh no, the boogeyman's coming. And if he's already got you by the legs, it's too late. You should have bought a Tap Light. Get one for the backseat of your car for those steamy romantic dates. Another lonely, rainy night? The Tap Light's here for you. Don't go around spending hundreds of dollars on these things because we're gonna give you 4 Tap Lights for $19.95. You can afford that, come on. Just don't eat lunch for like 2 days. You know what, I can already hear you complaining, so we're gonna go ahead and throw in 2 for free. That's like $60 right there. Okay, fine, I'll even throw in 24 half-used batteries. Half the fun is figuring out which ones are still good. Oh, jeez, come on, look at that. That's like an $80 value. You're sitting there, you're breaking my balls. Just give me a call.
I like the Dolphins a lot. I think we should have a moment of silence for those 13 fucking cars in the parking lot.
Oh my God.
They were just parked there, weren't they?
Just hanging out.
Waiting for their either renters or owners, to come back from a glorious football game in 105-degree weather.
That's right.
They'd be watching a game where the Miami Dolphins would beat big old fucking Belichick.
Hard Rock City.
But those cars, when they least expected it, heard some jackass put their grill under their car. The grill was still burning.
Kingsford? What?
Probably. Best charcoal in the game. Too good. Too good. Caught the gas tank. No. Just turned that car into a bomb in of itself. No. Which then exploded me and 11 other cars.
Oh, good.
3 alarm fire took place in the middle of a parking lot in the middle of the game.
That's right.
None of the owners of those cars were told. Fins to the right, fins to the right, we're the only. We got a team.
Yeah.
We got a team too. McDaniel, good vibes.
Tyreek.
We did it. Oh my God. What the fuck happened to our car?
What is that?
It's gone.
Yeah.
Was anybody going to tell us? We figured you'd find out. Rest in peace to all those cars out there that got blown up. And we're happy nobody got hurt.
Thank you for your support.
Sports fans are gearing up and saving big at Fanatics.com, the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear. From all the leagues, team, players you love, unique one-of-a-kind designs exclusively by Fanatics, and autographed collectibles from today's biggest stars shipped directly to your home. Join Fanatics Rewards for free to earn fan cash on every purchase.
What's up, guys? I'm back. So, yeah, that's the new commercial break. Seems like the camera's working a little better now. Hopefully it'll stay a little better while I try to do this film. But let's get into it. Let me go ahead and pull everything up, and we'll take a look at some of what... I mean, what'd you guys think of the commercial break, though? Shit was funny as hell, right? The friggin' tap light video crushes it every time. He's like, and I'll throw in 24 half-used batteries. Come on, man. Half the fun is finding out which ones of them work. You're sitting here, you're breaking my balls. Just buy the light. Shit was hilarious. He goes, even tap it while you're on the crapper. That shit was funny, bro. Shit was so funny. Sorry. So again, defer on the comedy, guys. It'll always be funny around here if as long as we can help it. God, it's just still gonna bust my balls, bro. Come on, quit playing with me. Football app. It's like everybody on out it play around with the freaking football app or fantasy football or something. Like, calm down, bro. Like, damn. Like, this is the worst. It just sucks up so much garbage. Alright. Let's pull up this Ravens game, finally. Wow. I mean, it is painfully slow. It's like, goodness. Taking the whole flow out of everything. I got bugs. But I got apparently not. Apparently not, guys. But starting to pull up here. Let me get it. Just calm down, everything. I mean, it's acting like I'm trying to download something or something. Like, relax, bro. Still struggling. Still showing me absolute whackness. Come on, bro. What the fuck? If could fit any more crap on a single page, I would be amazed. It's like almost like, you know, like Idiocracy, like he's watching something on TV. It's a giant TV, but it's like a small screen, and all around it is all these banners and flashing lights. It's like, dude, calm down, bro. Aren't you making enough money? Like, chillax, bro. We get it. You run the world on football, and that FedEx and everything else can get a piece of those dollars. And I respect it, but dude, relax. So, alright, let's see. Early on, the Jets had zero, and I mean zero, effectiveness running the ball. They tried running some outside zone. They shut it down again and again and again. My voice still breaking up, MC? Really? Damn, for real? Is it better now, guys? See if I can pull this up. You know what, guys? Give me a few minutes. I'm gonna fucking reboot this whole damn thing. I'm fucking over it. Give me a second. I'm back, bitches. How's it now? Laggy? Bad? Tell me. Needs to know. Let me know, guys, because I need to know if I'm still struggling. Because if it is, maybe I'll just shut it down. Because I want to be able to show this video. I know, right? We want tap lights. I know, right? Good so far? All right, Ali. Let's give it a whirl. Let's try to pull up NFL. You know, like everything updated. The computer updated. This phone updated. Even this friggin' microphone had to get an update because apparently things change from one week to the other for some reason. I don't know why, but that's how it go, I guess. It's ridiculous, but we shall endure. Goodness gracious. And NFL here, and it's just like, yeah, we're not really feeling it tonight. Still being lame as a muh. But it is working. See if we can get to where we're going, if we can have some operations. This is why, honestly, because I've had this problem with it before in the past, even without trying to stream, and it's just like the app don't want to work. So this is why I think I might do these segments recorded and even do a little bit more of breaking down defenses that they're setting up against and how they have success for the opponents we go against and so on and so forth, what we had success in. Because breaking down the film now is, I mean, honestly, I haven't seen too many people do it, but like doing it live is a struggle. Not because it's harder to do, but because it's harder to present. And it seems like that's, I don't know, they want it to be cut and edited, which I don't really like, because that to me seems, I don't want to call it false, but anyone could take their time, cut and edit and get it all together and be right, you know, and second guess themselves. Like, I like to see people just try to, you know, work it through. Sometimes things look different to you at times, so alright, so on this drive in the second quarter, and a couple times in the game, the Jets had some success, you know, passing the ball. Yeah, I know why the fan base is divided. All right. So let's go ahead and pull up this this pass by Flacco here. So they're playing cover 2 with man down in the box. They're showing blitz because they have the box stacked at the line here with you know, the tight end getting onto the strong side of the ball. They got 2 tight ends set. So come on. After he comes into motion, sets in, they take motion to the top of the screen. On the play action with some time, he hangs in the pocket, and look, he finds the man on the outside. Now look, he's able to leak in behind the coverage because they're playing so close, and they essentially brought the house. Flacco hung into the pocket long enough for the play to develop because he, you know, although he had decent pickup from the running back from the rushers at the top. You see the blitzer at the top of the screen right here. He's hiding. I mean, he's almost looks like 2 guys like on top of each other. Running back does a decent enough job to pick up the blitzer. And look, it frees this time right here. He could have taken the guy in the flat, but Flacco never took his eyes off of where he wanted to go with it, which was the right way. He knew this play was going to take the time it took to develop to hit him down here on the end. And you see how deep the safety's playing? I mean, this man on this side of the screen has essentially taken himself out of the play. And this is where they do that split coverage type of thing. That's where they're in the back end, where their two safeties take split coverage. That's my half of the field. That's your half of the field. Comes across, takes the deep man, but he's able to leak between the linebacker, and I'm guessing that's a nickel corner down there. And he hits him, the open man, further downfield, which is wide open. That safety has to come all the way down the field. He's got underneath coverage for the other guy that are double teaming. This guy playing far underneath didn't get wide enough to make that a harder throw. It was an easy throw. That's actually a harder throw for Tua to hit. And honestly, that's not necessarily his game, to take that type of play and stand tall in the pocket. That's not so much what I expect to see from Tua. But I just wanted to show the defense how they're playing it. And they didn't do this very often either. So let's see. Let me pull up the next play. So look, as you can see, they're playing like a deep cover 5 almost. They got the two high safeties playing, but the linebackers drop back into coverage because they typically bring 4 a lot. Maybe sometimes they'll bring a blitzer, but rarely, a lot of times if they're not, they'll play a 3-man front sometimes. But when they're playing a 4-man front, they're expecting pressure to get there, and they will. They're pretty good at making some havoc on that D-line and only bringing a blitzer every now and again. They don't blitz as often as I thought I would see them on tape. So you got doubles down here at the bottom, tight end at the top of the screen, and you got, I don't know who that is for them, at wide receiver. And they're going to play soft zone in this coverage, and Flacco has enough time to sit there and hit the man underneath. And really, on these types of plays, this is the type of pass that, and more often than not, I'd be critical of Tua if I was being extra critical. But if the defense is going to give you all this space for your ball, for the pass to be completed, I mean, look, boom. He just leaks out into the flat on a little, I don't know, curl, whatever the hell you want to call it, and just sits down in there. That's easy yards to chew up. They're going to play that deep in that cover 5. You might as well just take all the freaking yards underneath. Look, you're just sitting there. There's nobody there. It's a wide open guy. How do you not take him? He runs for another 10 yards after he catches the ball. Oh, I see I got Color in the back. You want to hop in here, Color? What's up, buddy?
Oh, what's up, man?
Nothing. Just struggling with the internet today, bro. Like, big time.
You what?
Struggling with the internet today, like big time. Everything.
Oh, on yours?
Yeah, like I had to hit the freaking minutes thing and like come back and stuff.
Oh dang, sorry about
I even
that.
I even played like a 8-minute long commercial.
Damn.
The new commercial that HB made. Oh yeah, we got a commercial for like long days on Sunday.
I thought we was on cable.
Well, it's just a chiller, type of thing. Something to keep.
Right on. That's neat.
Get some time.
It's pretty neat.
Mm-hmm. Well, I figured in those Sundays when it's a long day and it's going on for 8 hours, somebody's on there and no one can hop in, then you can always defer onto the commercial.
Well, yeah, no doubt.
But yeah, so these types of plays in the middle of the field, the Ravens were giving up all day. They cinched down their defense, essentially going to a almost like like just two safeties back there, and just playing everyone on like a cover 5. They'll have like everyone spread out wide, going man to man to man to man to man. Especially if you don't have a mobile quarterback, that's how they'll play you. And so that's how they play inside the 25 or something. Like they cinch everything down to play it like, and they'll let their free safety and their strong safety sit at the top in like a cover 5 zone, and they'll kind of drop back on man to man, but they'll cover their zones, split off, but also play the run up in the center. If they see the run, they'll play it. So you can catch them peeking when they do that. If you get favorable matchups man to man, they get favorable matchups man to man on those cover 5 looks that they'll give out inside the red zone. If the safety bites on a play action or an RPO, you should be able to hit one of your guys on the outside if you know the matchup. And they're going to have good matchups this weekend because they're down guys. Or even if one of their guys are in, Marcus Peters in there or something, it doesn't matter. He sounds like he's banged up. Make that assessment. Come second half in the passing game, after what I seen from Flacco on this defense, we should do some business. And it's going to come on those matchups. And it don't have to be 40-yard bombs because of how the safeties play. It could be a good 20-yard dig, you know what I'm saying, or a 15-yard out route, and really catch a guy on like almost like a Z pattern. You know what I'm saying? Especially how with Tyreek, you're going to get space. They're going to give extra space. They give all this space to the Jets. Who the fuck are the Jets even rolling out there at wide receiver? Braxton Berrios? So I'm telling you, there's going to be some meat on the bones. So just check it out again. In the middle of the field, this is what they do. They'll play a lot of soft zone. 2 high shell shows. Really, it'll drop into cover 5, cover 4, a lot of split coverages. But look at the underneath flat. Look at it. Just sits out. There's no one around him. He could have hit one or the other. It was an easy choice for Flacco. The tight end and the running back are both sitting in either side of the flat.
And with how fast our running backs are, they should.
Are you kidding me? If that's Raheem Mostert
yeah,
on the top side, and he made the mistake and went to the man that had more coverage, but look at the back end. Raheem Mostert could get around to the 40 in no time on the edge if he took the sideline. So I'm telling you, there's speed. That they lack speed, and they know it. That's why they're keeping guys around to help. They know it. They know it. So let's check this next play coming up. It's really good news for Tua in the short passing game, to be honest, guys. It's a really favorable matchup in this way. Now notice this. When the offense stacks the line and goes 2 tight end set and like a 12-man personnel type of thing or 11-man personnel, you actually don't match up well. Single back formation under shotgun, you're showing a tight end on one side and a tight end on the other. It's really set to, this is like a red zone looking play. Watch this. See, you know why he had a little bit more success? Is because he took the inside lane. I'm noticing on the run games on here, anytime they try to take the outside zone lane, that it's never there. They're able to hold their gaps in containment on defense really, really good. And this is great block. Look, there's a man on a man on a man on a man on a man. You know what I'm saying? This running back taking that inside lane was the better of all the moves. And we have the speed to maybe hit it. That's a Myles Gaskin pop out of there type of run. I think we'll see some Myles Gaskin fantasy guys in this game because of how they work the inside zone. Myles Gaskin's so small that he would probably be better utilized than even Raheem Mostert trying to hit the outsides. Because I'm telling you, watch when they try to run the ball to the outside. It is not pretty. It is not pretty. So they got a two back set. When they run tight coverages or tight formations, it makes it easier. You need to spread this team out, and that's really the better way to attack the Ravens from what I can see. If you give them less ground to cover, you're making it easier on their team. That, to me, looks like when measured to us, they lack the speed to contain. I mean, look, just on the outside, That's an easy play that never works for anybody. You know what I'm saying? But the man goes in motion, catches him on the run. Look, because they're playing so soft, no one even picks him up. Look at that. Like, what's going on there? The man that was supposed to pick him up gets on the outside of the wide receiver and the blocker. He should have came in on the inside. He took a bad angle. I'm guessing that's a will linebacker that's watching this man come into motion here. Watch him. Oh no, it's a corner. It's the nickel. I mean, he just allows himself to get blocked. Like, what a dumbass. You know what I'm saying? Why do you take the outside lane like that? But that's not so typical, really. What's going on? See what I'm saying? Like, look at this stuff. Whoa, relax. See, the speed on the outside with those types of, like, wheel routes and things like that. First of all, you're not going to get so lucky as to get Tyreek Hill rushing around there without someone trying to pick him up and then bracket him or double covering him. But what you will get lucky is doing that with you got Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle next to each other and have Jalen Waddle run there, and if you see that he's going to be able to create room, which is odd because it's on the short side of the field because they're on the right side of the hash. Mm-hmm. But really, where the confusion is, their safeties that are picking up their man are so low and down because, look, they're playing a high cover 4 eventually. They drop back into like a high cover 4. That all this underneath space is created for these short plays to get good yak yardage. I'm telling you, matchup-wise, between the 20s, Tua should chew them up in the passing yards. He really should. Now, look, if Flacco was looking on this play, the man down at the 20 has his man's hips turned behind him. He's got his back to him right now. Now, granted, all the open real estate, that's the design. The man in motion coming around on that little wheel route like that is hit open because the wide receiver took the deep safety down further away to create the space. But you could also take that shot towards that deep safety, who I don't even know who that is. That might have been somebody filling in for Peters at the time. You got to check those safety matchups because those deeper shots later in the game, Flacco starts hitting them. They get their hips turned playing into coverage out there, and with our speedy wide receivers, Tyreek Hill step on his right and step on his left and get you to turn your hips twice and then turn around and you lose him for that second, you're going to be able to hit Tyreek Hill right here on this play and he'll house that bitch. Now here's where they cinch up the closer you get to the red zone. So they're inside the 30 now. See how they all start playing a lot of man now? I mean, he was able to hit, but you see how they're playing a little bit more press, a little bit more man? Look at everybody's on the ball now. You notice the difference? The second they cross in that 30, they're not playing so soft no more. They're playing 2 high safeties, deep, nobody in the center, and playing man-to-man everywhere else. Showing 5 at the line, 2, 4, one's dropping back into coverage. Well, no, here's the man out wide looking to show the blitz, the corner at the top there. Little bit of man-to-man on the running back, way to pick up the blitz. But when that happens and they get inside here, Tua, if it's a passing play, he does need to go ahead and pick his matchup that he likes. And typically, it's going to be your third wide receiver that's lined up here at the top of the screen. The safeties are both playing inside, and they'll drop back in the zone, and they'll split out wide. It's like again, it's a split coverage between the safeties. They'll cover this way and cover that way. But they start at the hashes and then drift back. Now, you notice there's 2 wide receivers down on this side, so that's why one's playing a little bit deeper than the other, because they're probably reading the play. And there they go. And you just pick the matchup. And if you like your third wide receiver matchup, you should take that all day. Now watch what happens when they end up inside the 20. Oh, no, look, they took a field goal. I guess they didn't get the thing.
Yeah, they only scored 9 points. They didn't get
I know, yeah. I know.
But I will
And
say
they
that
missed
so far,
they missed that field goal. So
I was gonna say, so far from what I've seen and what you've been showing is that the way their style of defense, it's very favorable to Tua.
it really is.
It allows him to maximize what he does well. The under 20-yard throws and in the flat and whatnot. So
Designed routes in the middle of the field to create space for underneath throws that are timing throws is what Tua's bread and butter is. He should be able to chew that up. Now, can they stop the pressure when they bring 4 or 5? That's debatable. You know what I'm saying? But good news. You don't need but like 2.3 seconds to make that throw. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you're waiting for a play to develop. Now, there is times where they're going to show 4 and play deep, and they're going to go into like almost a too high shell, soft cover 5 type of zone thing, and you're still going to have to take the shot for the long developing route. That's it. Thank you, Nightwolf. I'm here for it. So, let's continue. This is Lamar on a little RPO. That throw that was short right there is not an easier throw to make. Those are the ones he struggles with, as a lot of quarterbacks do. Those sideline throws like that out to the edge. I don't know why. I guess it's just such a far angle to take. Out of the shotgun. Man, he is side-arming the shit out of that ball, ain't he? Eric Rowe playing big on Sunday, it would be huge. If he can really... If the Dolphins can play the containment out of their defense on the edges like they've been doing when they played against them, and not so much the flat for the pass game, because honestly that's where he struggles. More a line of keeping him inside between the tackles, so if he doesn't have a lane to jump in, you know what I'm saying, you're able to cover both sides, his outside and his inside, with our dudes that are fast enough to do it. We should be able to contain him if we take away his favorite weapon. If the tight end, Mark Andrews, who will have a big day, he always does, if we can just contain him with Eric Rowe and whoever's playing nickel, maybe Cater Kohu, I don't know. That's a big ask for a young kid. But that's going to be key in stopping him, because he will look to him in those matchups and test you to find out what his buddy can do. But there and again, look, fakes it, looks it out. They played the defense right. Look what the outside linebacker at the line, or D end, whoever you want to call it, did. You notice he didn't get north or south. He didn't take the cheese on the outside trying to drift back. He stood there and waited. Look at him. He stood there and waited, and Lamar wanted to go to his left. That's why those routes were pushing downfield. Everything was fake to the right, and Lamar, in his head, wants to go left with the ball. But the defender on the far side, the weak side at that, stays home. Good play by him, because it freezes Lamar. Look at him. He's looking to pass too, but he's also, there's no space to create for time or nothing for him to run. So he's just going to try to take it to the right and run it, which, I mean, there's nobody even out there to pass it to. So, like, it was always going to be a run. This is where he might be better served just throwing the ball away, but he's a running quarterback, so he's always going to try to take something. And they get him, I think to the line. All right, so they got doubles at the top of the screen. They're playing off man down here at the bottom, and they're showing too high at the top. It looks like they're going to bring the outside blitz from the weak side here. Here they come, coming in. There goes Lamar. Way there, and they pick up the sack. Look at that. I mean, damn, guys, if the Jets are going to be able to pick up sacks, so can we. All kinds of time dancing. That's what you can't let him do right there. You can't let him get time to wait for someone to come across the field because he will take that deep, deep shot. Now, against our defense, if he can't see who that's against, there's going to be opportunities where maybe it'll be Nick Needham deep downfield and Javon Holland got sucked up in the box and it's Brandon Jones. Maybe he'll take that shot. I just feel really good that if it's Xavier Howard out there on someone or if Javon Holland's out there to back him up, that I don't give a damn who you're throwing to out there, to be honest with you. I really do. I feel good about our secondary as far as matchups deep downfield for any quarterback to dare to take it because I don't think they're going to, well, not much you could do, but I think they're going to try their best to make sure that one of those two guys are out there or like they did last week, they had them both out there when that ball got tipped.
I'm actually very, surprisingly, I'm actually more confident in our secondary than I was before game 1, to be honest.
Oh, I'm mega confident in it.
They impressed me when I saw it, live.
Now remember, that was Mac Jones, so I'm not too impressed with Mac Jones. They're
still, I think they showed that they could, maintain the situation.
Absolutely. So they're showing 2 tight ends up at the top of the screen, or a tight end and a fullback up at the top of the screen, at the line, stacked line. Ravens still only bring 4 down linemen and bring down. They're having 2 linebackers set over to the strong side, and the one linebacker, the will or the weak side linebacker is going to hang out here. So he's really going to be dropping into coverage. So that's almost his matchup right alongside of him. And I don't know if that's Braxton Berrios or whoever, but they're playing soft zone on him, and the nickel is coming over here to the other side to watch. That would be the Eric Rowe guy. He'd be the safety. He's watching those 2 tight ends to see which one of them are going to take the flat, which one of them are going to leak out and try to get, a curl or something like that. That the strong safety's playing down here closer into the box. Free safety up at the top of the screen, playing the deep side pass for them to come across. Because if this is, I don't even know the play right this second, but if this was going to be a rollout fake, Flacco would definitely have time to drift to his right and need to get that time for those men to bring the drag or the post across the other end of the field to throw across his body down there. So let's see what they decide to do. It's probably a run. Oh, it's a fake. And look, exactly how they're rolling it. Boom, he hits the guy in the flat. Weak. But I guess up to this point, he's been having success with the flat. So here, as you see, let me go back to that play. They've kind of made some adjustments. They're going, all right, we're not going to let you just chew us up in the flat and short coverage, all that stuff. Hold on, what happened here? What happened? Why is it not? There it goes. Jeez, God forbid you want to show a play. I guess it skipped this last time, this rushing play. That's probably the only outside zone run I've seen work for them all day. This was the one play I thought when I was checking out and I scanned through a little bit, I was like, oh wow, look, they popped one of these outside zones pretty good. I mean, this is the only, they started cinching up those types. Look at the gap deal. That was just good blocking on the edge there. But I don't think, and that was Michael Carter that ran that, I don't think we're going to find too much success unless, I don't know, we really, like Raheem Mostert starts really popping on the gears or something like that. That's not really Chase Edmonds' ordeal to hit the speed button on the outside like that. So, but all right, again, so they got
Wesley Gaskin's game though.
That's true, and I'm telling you, I think this is a Gaskins game too. The Jets are starting Flacco because their what's his name is hurt. So I mean,
I
who
could
else are
very
gonna
well
start?
see. I could very well see Gaskins and
Telling
Chase
you.
continuously get swapped in and out for pass and running plays. Like
That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna
I think
have
that's
those
what's gonna
boys
happen.
out there for the pass and running plays, and they're gonna have very good. They're gonna have good success on the inside zone stuff, not the outside, because this outside zone run right here is the only one I can remember working. Maybe we'll watch it and see a little different, but this is probably the only one I remember working. God, dude, why do you do this to me? Look at this thing. Did you see that? Like, what the hell was that about? So here it is again. To the short side. That's why. Because they ran the outside zone to the weak side and got good matchup favorableness on that. So maybe that's the key. Because when they ran to the strong side, it was ugly as fuck. So look, see him cinching down and playing. They're closing the gaps on the flat now. Because they were playing the run a little bit more than anything, but you see the coverage is tightening up a little bit. They've made some adjustments, especially to the flat throw. So what does Flacco do? Flacco then he baits him in with this. Well, I don't know if he baits him, but he starts taking those over the top, slower developing routes, because I'm telling you, they're going to start opening up here, and you're going to see them. Maybe it's not this drive, but you see it later in the game. You'll see what I'm talking about. So they're going single high, man to man. They're going single high, man to man. Now, the safety really is the guy who's watching the running back, because he's actually peering in. When you're playing single high like this, his job is actually to watch the backfield, both those guys back there. The other corner, well, looks like he's going to blitz from the far side, or he's picking up these doubles down at the bottom. Man comes into motion. The nickel is going to follow him down. And then they got both linebackers playing deep in the box, showing a 4-man front. And this is what they do. They're kind of cinching up a little bit on that flat and zone type of stuff that they've been going in. But look at this outside pass. Design it in. Look, takes the guy away. Linebacker goes to pick him up. That type of shit we could chew them up with right there. With the speed, exposing their linebacker matchups on our running backs, Gaskin, Edmonds, maybe sometime Raheem, I don't know. Or even just coming into motion real quick with Tyreek on one of these doubles right here. If that guy comes all the way across and the play clock has enough time, he can come back across behind him in motion, throw it behind him. He'll have all that space because that safety followed him over, and that single high safety's got to come back down in the box to actually help out. And, I mean, that's what he does. You watch him. Look. See him? He immediately starts moving across the side of the field because he knows he's got to be there for the linebacker help. Linebacker ended up catching him, but I feel like, we have just as much speed, if not more, than what they have and offered with Michael Carter. Oh, Flacco the Sacco. I mean, they were going to get home. That's what their D-line does. They keep bringing 4, and then they end up making a play, or they'll bring someone on the outside. Oh, look, here they come with a blitz. Now, they were showing the Will linebacker down at the thing right before the snap. But right as the ball snapped, the middle linebacker comes on a blitz, and the Will looks like he's about to drop out. Oh, no, he comes too. Oh, shit. They played man-to-man with 2 high safeties. They only brought 3. You see the man-to-man here, and this guy's going to play in the zone, man-to-man, man-to-man. So, really, Flacco should have got rid of this ball quick. Well, he rolls out, buys some time. Look at old man Flacco. Dang. All the routes concepts, they pushed him to the other way. He had no chance. Pushed to his non-thrown arm. Should have threw it away, Flacco. Don't do that. Look, they're bringing 4. Opening up the underneath again. Looked like it was incomplete. It was incomplete. Yeah. But see, they started playing soft towards the middle of the field again, and those underneath passes are going to be there for short. But they obviously needed more for the first down. That's why they gave it to him. It's not giving me the whatchamacallit. All right, let's check out these Ravens a little bit. What's funny is that the Ravens run a lot of similar setups that the Jets are running. You know, only 2 wide receivers, a tight end, a running back. But the Jets, I mean, they're a running team. And this is what worries me about how we're going to defend, because our linebackers got to play big in the run game to force either Lamar to throw the ball or have to run the ball. So let's see what they do here. Play action. Lamar looking deep. Throws in a double coverage. Gets the flag though.
Yeah, there's some pass
Gets the flag. Now I don't know how much the flag or the throw impeded on, or excuse me, the penalty impeded on the ability to catch the ball, because honestly, it doesn't even look like anyone could catch that ball, how badly he throws it. Look at it. It was an uncatchable ball. No way. No way. He was never going to be there. But you know what? You will get those calls, because there's no way the ref has an ability to look at the ball in the air and make sure no one's committing a penalty. So you take those shots to get those penalties. And it's something quarterbacks learn over time, that, hey, even though it's double coverage and a bad, poor choice throw that honestly could get intercepted if he takes this play against us, you still take those shots every now and again because of those penalties. You got to. It's part of playing football, because maybe your wide receiver catches it. So now they're what? At the 30, 28-yard line? They're at the 30-yard line. Andrews goes in motion. They play action. Got the single high. Same exact play. Same exact play right there. They went at Mark Andrews again. The exact same shit, just him out of the shotgun. So they're playing too high man with a soft coverage at the bottom. Let's see how they attack. So the will linebacker's got to pick up, or no, that's the strong linebacker. No, it's the will. Is going to pick up the tight end down here. Safety's creeping down in the box here because that's Mark Andrews. So I don't know what happens on the play, but this safety's playing high up for the 2 wide receivers. The matchup you want is down here, hopefully, that this safety gets caught peeking or Andrews gets deep enough to drag him and you take the shot in the end zone. I don't know what they do. If this safety drifts because this man catches attention, you'll probably be good to hit Andrews against that linebacker matchup. So let's check it out. Oh, no. He takes the inside. Wow. Totally. They got there. And man, they got some good pressure on that. It really did. That's a D-line pressure on there. So they only bring 4, but, man, they get some good pressure up the middle, and Lamar just makes a freaking terrible throw. Did that guy catch that ball? Wow, what a catch. What a fucking terrible football from Lamar. Holy cow, did you see it? Like, caught it on his foot almost. What a terrible throw. I mean, wow, what a good catch. Able to come back for it. Just a design play to get it to the running back to spread him out. Gets a little bit of more room. Probably want to move to the left of the hash mark. They're going to line trips up at the bottom now. Single high coverage. Looks like they're showing man on all 3 of these guys. So if one of them goes into motion, we'll see if they drag over or if they switch off with the safety because they got a single high. Both these guys are playing the potential nickel position if they move it to a zone drop man. Linebacker or running back to the left. Let's see what they run. No motion. They're just going to let it go. They picked their matchup on the outside, and they got it. So that's safety playing deep. Hold on, let's go back. Safety playing deep. Who does he go with? Does he go with Mark Andrews? Let's see. He does. Oh, look, he got caught. He got fucking caught a little bit and left his man out hanging there a little bit. But, I mean, they brought all 3 routes deep enough to freeze the safety. And, look, I don't know what the hell Buddy's doing down here. The corner. Let's see. Damn, bro. So, the safety they brought in the box down here to show single high fucked them. So, as soon as Lamar and whatever the play call is, they showed single high and man-to-man on 3 guys down here. And they kept, I mean, what? I'm guessing they brought the strong safety down to spy on Lamar. And this is the thing that happens. This is where Lamar's game has actually gotten better, actually, from where he started to now. Is that he won't just run it. He'll actually play quarterback and pick a matchup on here and take the shot. If the safety drifted on the backside, he'll probably have Mark Andrews at the very minimum opening up down here in this corner over here, right around the 5-yard line. Maybe he can get it into the end zone if he breaks the tackle. But because the safety gets caught freezing here because of Mark Andrews coming across, and they put another guy right in his face, I don't know who that is, it leaves one-on-one matchup, and he took the shot, and the guy made a play on the ball. I mean, safety ran over there to make it look like he's in position, but really it was a bad defensive play call. Honestly, they should have never, ever, ever. I mean, they took their strong safety out of that play. They shouldn't have done that. They had a linebacker and a safety doing the same job. That's why they scored on that play. That was a terrible defensive play call. And that's what happens. And I'll tell you what, Josh Boyer does some terrible defensive play calls. We're going to point it out. Look, inside, not bad, but look at it looks almost, and now outside zone is interesting because it gives you 3 lanes typically when you block for it. This was actually just a hole open up the middle, but look at how the defense keeps to their gaps. Look at them. Bro, that is a hard defense to run against right there. That's a hard defense to run against. Ooh, wow. See, the inside shit's killing it, bro. The inside shit where the money's at. That inside zone. I mean, is that Myles Gaskin or Chase Edmonds on that move that cut inside like that? Look at that again. Is that not exactly how our guys can move, cutting inside the hole like that? Look. Foot in the ground, foot in the ground, foot in the ground. High stepping his shit. That's a good-ass run right there. All the freaking linebackers got flat-footed. I mean, that was just a good tackle. Good form tackle out in space like that. Holding your man. Still taking the underneath, but notice, look, they're starting to cinch everything up a little bit. That's like a cover 5 zone that they kind of switch into to create a little bit more space for the linebackers to cover the flats a little bit more. And they started having a little bit more success with it. Flacco did gash him a couple of times on the slower development routes, but look, boom, just a lot of curls and shit like that. Just everybody turning around on a key on a spot. Still playing zone. I guess that wasn't that bad. I mean, pick up of a couple on an outside zone run. And remember, Saleh and McDaniel come from the same system too, so. And I gotta hope that our O-line will play better than the Jets O-line. See right there, they played run all day on that. They went single high safety. They showed a 2 safety look, but look, not even really. They showed like single high, brought more across the line, bringing guys down in the box to play the run. Honestly, if Flacco would have play action this, he could have gouged the shit out of him on the guy down in the slot at the bottom of the screen. Watch. I mean, they had no routes running on there. None of the wide receivers even sold it, honestly. So, see what they do here. Still taking those flat guys. Oh, fuck. Is that a fumble? Sure was. Jeez, the Jets suck. God, it's so hard to, like, pick out good stuff from the Jets. Because I'm pretty sure they miss a field goal right here. Hold on, let's see. Pretty sure they miss it right there. Oh, no, maybe not. Such a terrible team to try to measure what you know you're going to do so much better against this team. But that's all I got, guys, so we'll look at it. Little delayed run. Yeah, I ain't scared of fucking Kenyon Drake doing that shit. I know he sucks. Our linebackers and stuff have way more speed. I guess that was the end of the half, maybe. Looks like it. Alright, so they're running a power eye. They got strong to the right. Jets are still only showing 4, and they got their D lineman. Either it's the linebacker, I'm guessing it's a D lineman because he's got all 4s down. But he's on spread out super wide, covering this backside here, allowing this the will to play deeper in the box. See what they do. They just hand it right up the gut. Stupid play. Why? I don't understand that about football. Like, I get it, you got to run at times, but why just do plays to take a yard? Like, go after everything all the time. There's where Lamar's dangerous, flushing around. But they did a good job. They're deep, getting him off his points. He's trying to hang in the pocket there. Damn, they brought a lot. And there's where the Dolphins will do great. Look at all the missed tackles. Lamar doing his thing, fucking making you guys look stupid. I mean, their defense brought the house almost. They only had, what, 4 guys back into coverage. They brought 5. Let's see. Yeah, they brought 5. Coverage was well man-to-man. Could have had him like 10 times. Oh, no, that was the play before. Hold on. They still brought 5. Once they started bringing 5, Lamar struggles. And this is what I expect the Dolphins defense to do. Look, right here, they bring 6. There, they should have had him right there. Do not let him do this. You should have had him too. Jalen Phillips making that tackle. I'm sorry. This is the Jets defense, so, I mean, let's be real, guys. No, they didn't get the job done. It was the right play call and right deal. See what they do now. Run to the outside. They stuff it. So, the Jets counter with playing man everywhere with some safety help over top every now and again with 2 high safety. Look, see, they're playing man everywhere and bringing whoever's left. They're not going to sit and let someone sit back there and spy like a linebacker or a corner. They're just like, fuck it. We're going man everywhere and bringing whoever's left, which is kind of the way the Dolphins put a whooping on him. You notice Lamar's struggling to find his targets in here. Look, he's still kind of bouncing around off key. That's how you get to Lamar. Do not let Lamar get into a fucking rhythm.
Go back to that play right there. I wanted to see what defense Jets played right there.
Okay, so
looks like they're playing a zone.
Okay, so they're playing a zone, but look at all 3 of these wide receivers are right here. They got to pick up 10 yards. So they're letting the linebackers stay and putting their nickel on the 10-yard line over here. No one's even going this way except for the tight end, in which case I'm sure that's who he's watching. They're just going to let this man take whoever goes underneath or puts his hands on him, because that's how it's going to happen once this goes down. Everyone's just sitting back in their spots playing their shit. They got to wait for it to get down far enough. This man picks up his man. This guy, fuck. I mean, I guess if he can fight for the yards. I don't even know who that is. The will end up picking up. I'm guessing that's the tight end down there. And he takes the underneath man, the guy that's not even close to getting a first down. That was the only man that was potentially open, because here and here, backside, everyone was covered. And he still missed him. It was an off-timing throw. But yeah, they played just a deep too high zone.
Interesting.
But it was 3rd and 10, so that's what they had to play. It was easy to play that. You just guard the 10-yard line, and everything underneath you can manage. You know what I'm saying? You'll almost give up the underneath. Like, if that was 2nd and 10 and they played that, the fucking guy in the flat would have enough room to pick up at least 3 or 4 of those yards. You know what I'm saying? And give you a 3rd manageable. Or even Lamar might run it. But that's kind of probably why they played it that way, is to still contain Lamar if he decides to run. Ooh, look, they bring the blitz. Flacco gets blitzed. He gets sacked. So they respond. They respond with bringing a blitz on the far side. And is that the safety that comes down? Hold on. No. So, okay. So the Will linebacker acted like he was playing man in here. So if Flacco glanced at the linebacker getting out of position on this side, he's watching to see who picks up the motion and to read the coverage. This is good defensive play, and I'm going to explain why. He wants him to see who's coming into coverage and who's covering. Are they playing man? What are they doing? Meanwhile, I don't even know if he sees the other linebacker lined up over here on this end. So the safety's actually picking this guy up, playing him deep, and they're playing a lot of soft coverage right now. If the routes were a little shorter and not taking everyone downfield, he would have had somebody. But his underneath route, because it was play action, is only I'm guessing it's tight end. Hold on, let's see if it'll play it again. Dragging across the front of him. And that was even the delayed part. It was only a bailout route to the tight end. They wanted to push the ball down the field, and at the same time they brought the blitz. It was a bad play call for them, because they've been playing this same type of defense this whole time. Really, they want to get out in front of you on points, to play that soft zone that they're playing, and let your wide receivers try to run all the way downfield and let you eat up the stuff underneath. And then now they're trying to push the ball down the field. Now they're going to go ahead and blitz you, and that's what happened here. See it? There it comes. Now they're just teeing off. They know they're trying to push the ball down the field. Little screen pass. Terrible play. Terrible play call. Who the hell's the offensive coordinator for the Jets? Does anybody know? Who's the offensive coordinator for the Jets? I don't know who it is. Is it Joe Judge?
It's what's his name? Mike LaFleur?
Mike LaFleur?
Yeah.
Terrible. I got trips to the top. 4 men all on one side of the ball. Goodness gracious. And they take the underneath. And that would have been fine had they done that earlier on the far side of the field, playing from the short side. But they needed the first down. So I'm guessing they're punting right now. Yeah, it's 4th and 6th. So they're punting. Stupid. That was just a burnt series from the get-go. The Jets just did not... Everything they wanted to do, the friggin' Ravens were anticipating them to do. They got out-coached in that series.
Yeah.
Under center, is Lamar. Fakes the handoff, play action. There they go, right there. That's where this team is deadly. They can run the screens very, very good because he's been notice earlier in this game, he's been taking a lot of deep shots, hasn't he? A lot of shots pushing the ball downfield.
Mm-hmm.
The intermediate ain't really hitting. He's not really a great, on a dot type of quarterback. He's got an arm to push the ball down the field, and he's spread them out. So watch how in single high, which typically in single high, because of all the guys loading the box, and they're also loading the box because that's Lamar Jackson too.
Mm-hmm.
But and now they've kind of had a taste of what he likes to do. They do that play action. He does that little spin around, roll out. He shows you his back, and you're like, oh shit, he didn't really hand it off. Everyone drops back into coverage. But because they all drop back, look, picks up tight end, picks up the crosser. They're doing the crosser here. I mean, if you want to be real, if there wasn't pressure in his face, but this is so a design screen. They've got two blockers out in front in space. They just use their loading the box and him faking the run, and the linebackers just get out of position. They get too deep downfield, and this play works easy for them. Look at that. Pickup of about 17. Jets playing it the same. Acting like they're already in the red zone when they're not. Lamar just keeps it and takes it to the wide side, which he's going to do at times. And I don't understand how they didn't have him because they've got all those guys in the box. They should have had somebody. I mean, I guess it's better than him breaking loose. Here they go with that run game. This is what the freaking Ravens can do. They can get sideline to sideline with you by Lamar doing this. Lamar just taking a keeper. No linebackers close enough. Just opens the lane. Gives them the far side of the field. Now they're on the shorts. Now their short side is their left. And then run it to the far side. Look, they stack the box. The Jets stack the inside. They've got a fullback and a freaking guard pulling on this play. Handing it off. Look how many guys they got pulling. They've stacked this hard side of line. The Jets unwisely go two men deep. No one's out wide to hold this. Stupid, stupid, stupid. And watch what happens. They pull the left guard and the center to come out in front of the fucking fullback and the running back running the ball. Those are a lot of big boys out in front of you. And look, this poor bastard over here, the strong side linebacker, he's got to be out there to meet three dudes all alone. Then the next guy that's going to get hit is the freaking nickel. This middle linebacker's got to race over quickly and fit this inside gap to prevent actually you want to kind of, let's see what they do. They end up taking the inside gap anyhow. Look, he done trip. Way slow, bad lane taken. Red got caught peeking on the running back.
I would have taken to the right of where he's at now. You got green grass galore right when they set up there. When you
north and south is where you want to go, bro. That was the right lane to take. Big boy out in front. If big boy out in front, look, the guy who misses his guy, well, I guess he doesn't really. But you see, look, this guy trips right here. The guard or center, whoever it is, that gets out into space, watch him. The dude right here, he trips. If he would have picked up that linebacker, they might have housed this football. Because look.
Okay, I see. They
look, see him down on the ground. If he would have got on his man, this guy, which is the fullback, gets on him, and that's a fucking run. The only guy left is the safety. Really, the best thing that could happen for him is that fucking that guard that came running around the edge got pinched. Because watch. Thump. Because that middle linebacker made that tackle. And honestly, if it was just if that guard was a half a tick more, he would have been in his face and that would have been housed. But those are the types of runs and that they'll do. And honestly, those types of runs are exactly what Mike McDaniel's scheme will evolve into, where they'll literally down block from the short side in and then pull the center and take the strong side with a center and a fullback all going out in front of them. It's going to be awesome. I don't know what happened here. Sometimes it does that. Lamar just with a little option play. I hate that play. But Lamar is one of the only quarterbacks that can actually do that play. Because no one ever runs it. Not because other people can't do it. Lamar with time. They had good coverage in the back, but now he's flushed out of the pocket. They get to him, though. Good coverage in the back end. They double covered the target. His wide receivers on the other side of the field never came back. I don't know where they went. I don't know why any of the other guys aren't going back for the ball, but he had his buddy out there in the flat. He should have came back for him, but he got caught peeking this side of the field and ran this way. I mean, I guess coming and throwing across his body in traffic would have been terrible. Maybe he could have put it out here to homeboy, but the Jets D-line, they did a good job. I mean, that's just good defense on top of them, you know what I'm saying? Especially with Lamar getting out of the pocket like that. You could really fuck up. Got trips at the top. I can't even see what happened there. Hold on, let me rewind it.
Yeah, it's too grainy for me.
I know, bro. It goes so quick sometimes. It gets like fucking excited or something. Alright, let's see. Did it again. Can't see a fucking thing in that play. Let's try to just go back one. Maybe that'll help. Let's see if it'll go again. Still getting grainy on that. Steps up. I mean, that's just Lamar stepping up in the pocket, doing something that they really. That's kind of where Lamar's gotten better, is stepping up and making those throws that you just seen in the pocket. Because they did right, contain the outsides, allow him to step up in the pocket, honestly. They just didn't have tight enough coverage for them to stop it. Because that's kind of what you want Lamar doing, is exactly what he did. You just don't want it working. You know what I'm saying? When you're defending him, that's what you want to do, is force him to step up and make throws. The problem is, over these last few years, he's gotten better at it than he used to be. So, because they had a spy sitting there waiting for him, that if he made that if he went to run, they had someone to fit the gap. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Really, the tail of the tape is how the Jets. See, look, here's an outside zone. They just shuttle them. No gain.
They shut it down.
Shut it down. Their D-line teeing off at this point. But here's how I think this is where Flacco starts chewing them up downfield. Look at Flacco rolling out of the pocket. Stop doing that, Flacco. Did he catch that? No, he didn't catch it. 3rd and 9. Flacco's just getting abused back there, bro. He needed the extra yardage and couldn't find it. Quick 3 and out. Oh, no, look. What happened there? How did they go to 1st and 10?
Flag on the play?
I don't know, maybe. Maybe it was holding downfield. Let's see. Does Flacco get the ball out in this one? Ooh,
Nope,
jeez.
flag. That
There was a
went
flag.
across
Did you
the
see?
field. Jesus Christ. Guy
Yeah.
launched that flag.
I know. I think it was on the quarterback. You see Flacco got thrown like that? I don't know what flag happened then, but oh well, it doesn't matter. 1st and 10.
Yeah.
Look, they try to run that outside zone again. Tries to break it back in, but it just got chewed up. The tackles started losing the battle on the ends. Under center. Try the inside. Oh, bounces it outside. See, I'm telling you, that inside's having a little bit of luck against this team, which has not been the case before, where you get inside and find a hole real quick. I'm telling you, Myles Gaskin should be playing. Look at the time Flacco's got. Nobody open.
All that time and nobody.
All that time and nobody's open. Now they have to punt. Jesus, look at Lamar, dude. This is not his bread and butter, because he sidearms almost everything. And I'm telling you, if you want to look at Lamar and have his criticisms, it's shit like this, bro. Like, look at his feet when he throws this ball. Just not where they need to be on the angle that ball needs to come out. No, he just kind of just and it's terrible. He shouldn't do that. But he's still able to do that. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. Very inconsistent with it. Something to critique for sure. I mean, really, that's the game. Their run game is it. You see how everybody gets, you know, it's almost just impossible not. Look, right up the gut.
Wow.
Right up the gut. Oh, fumble. Oh, fumble. Hold on, I want to go back to the last play. But look at this, 1st and 10. Strong right. But look, everybody, I mean, the outside D-end can't get in on the action. The safety can't make a play fast enough. Linebacker outside's got to watch because Lamar ran that way. So it freezes this side of the field long enough to, although it wasn't a pop, but he was able to hit the hole because of the blocking, and then no one's there to help. You know what I'm saying? This next run's a good run, but Buddy just coughs it up. Inside. Switches arms too. Dives. Why'd he dive like that? He tried to, like, dive over somebody.
Was it Drake?
I think it was. Oh, look. It looks like they got the ball back somehow. Look, there goes Lamar looking downfield. Bomb. Just a freaking dot, too. He's gotten good at throwing to guys in stride downfield, which he's actually always had kind of that. They're playing too high safety with soft man coverage on top. And hold on, let's see what they're doing with the fullback. Yeah, they're not even. They're passing off in the zone between the linebackers, and they're playing man-to-man press down here on the edge. It looks like they're just bringing the 4-3. Takes the inside lane, freezes the safety. This corner should be there. I don't know why they're just letting him pick up speed. Look at this. What is this safety doing, bro? This safety allowed this shit to happen right here. Because he didn't take the single high when his buddy came down to play in. I don't know why he's taking the outside deal, because the corner or the nickel here should be playing more of the outside. Now he should hang over. Huh?
Who's the Jets safety?
I don't know.
It used to be Adams, right? Adams used to be there, and then he went to Seattle, I believe.
Yeah, but Adams did that exact same shit a couple of times. He's more better played underneath, honestly. He's more of the... But okay, let's look at it again. Where are they going? Where is he going, dude? Who is he looking at, that safety? Who in the fuck is he looking at? Why does he keep playing deep like that and just watches play? I mean, they're almost fucking holding hands. Look at who he's looking at. What is he doing?
I think he misunderstood what they were supposed to do there.
Okay, well, I'm gonna let all Dolphin fans know right now. Do not worry, because Lamar will not have that pass open like that against us. Our safeties would never drop back in that high cover 2 split zone like that when the other one's obviously not doing it. And just watch your corner, play your outside, and you see the man in front of you, and don't come down or don't play with him or nothing. You just watch him run by you. That was the weakest shit ever. I've never seen nothing like that. That was just terrible. Tell you what, isn't Saleh supposed to be like a defensive coach or something?
I think he was a special teams coach, bro.
Bro, I don't know what's going on, but that defense, that secondary is terrible.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to last much longer, personally.
Oh, no, this is the year of the end of Saleh. I mean, Flacco, that was a good...
I'm sorry, Jets fans, but I don't see how you guys even get to 500 with what we're seeing here. In some cases.
I mean, their running backs got talent.
Yeah, definitely.
Breece Hall and whatchamacallit.
The thing for me is that
Carter.
their receivers have talent too, but the issue is that the play calling is questionable.
Play calling is terrible.
Yeah, that's
play
what I'm
calling
saying.
is not good.
On both sides of the ball, both the offense and
both the offense
defense.
and the defense is just bad play calling and bad coaching apparently.
Yeah.
The Flacco's looking downfield because they have to. I mean, at this point, the game's getting away. They're not catching up on points. They're down. They're just passing and passing and passing. And look, see this shit across the middle. I mean, that's a pass. These 2 drag routes that are side by side. I guess one could be a drag, the other could be a post, but it didn't develop long enough. They got 2 running backs in the end. We've seen the Dolphins put Tyreek at the top of the field on man-to-man, and both these guys play off-ball coverage like this with no press and allow them to get and round and create a front, eye contact, as Tua would say. He will take that shot and make this throw easy all day. I mean, look at it. Safety comes down on it, buddy, but not a big deal. That's a hard-ass throw right there to make and take. I want to go back to it because I want to say that... Hold on. So it's single high. Safety drifts across to the man coverage. He takes the underneath man. They've got Buddy over here just bracketed. He really could have taken the underneath man in the flat, but it's 1st and 10. But he gives Berrios a shot. And Flacco, albeit that he has tons of limitations and shit, he's able to hit that outside ball like that pretty good. That's a hard throw to make, honestly. Braxton Berrios with the diving catch, too.
You Lost says that our safeties are trash, that Lamar's going to make him pay. Yeah. I don't think You Lost has met our safeties before.
Yeah, bro. I'm sorry. Our safeties are not these weak-ass fucking Jet safeties. Like, right there. Right there, if that was us playing the Jets, that would have been a fucking interception. I'm going to go back to that play real quick. Flacco under center.
Dolphin Don, I completely agree.
They got deep man-to-man on this. What'd he say?
He said that we got Tech Mobile resolution.
Yeah, I know. Well, each one loads up slowly, and they don't let it stream.
For you.
Yeah, dude, they've made it difficult. So look, they got man-to-man playing deep, single high safety. Now this guy comes across on like a post pattern right here, and watch this safety come down. Can almost see where that he's targeting and throwing this way because the safety's reading Flacco. They were playing that underneath stuff that they've been giving up. Now watch. Flacco takes his shot, but watch the safety. You're telling me that our safeties don't break down on that and make that interception, or our corner jumps that ball? I don't know. I don't know. Our safeties are a fuck ton better than even Baltimore's weak-ass safeties, much less the Jets, bro. Unless that's Brandon Jones playing deep back on that, which usually isn't the case. Still taking the underneath, but look at the guy in the flat that was wide fucking open that Flacco missed.
Yeah, I think it's right here.
Look at him right there in the flat. I mean, don't get me wrong, Buddy's playing out, but if that's Mike Gesicki, this was one of the plays I was talking about. If this is Mike Gesicki, I want to see Tua take that. Because Mike Gesicki, I think, is athletic enough to make a play on the ball. Because, look, all the safeties are covered down on these two men down at the top of the screen. That should be a good play for our tight ends. And honestly, they didn't throw to their tight ends quite enough, the Jets, to pick up those plays. Those easy, flat throws like that.
I got a question about the tight ends whenever you're available for the question.
Let's see. Still just picking up all the crap underneath, honestly. Oh, look, I think they just fumbled. I think they just fumbled the ball.
Did you see that one guy go flying? I was like, what the heck is that?
Yeah, they fumbled. Let's see it again. Oh, the ball went flying out. You got hit in the back. Ball came popping out. What were you going to ask?
Well, I saw in the injury report that Tanner Connor fully practiced. Do you think, with Seaton Carter being out, do you think that he might fill in for him?
As far as special teams?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Absolutely. Why wouldn't they? I mean, why wouldn't they?
That's true.
I mean, they need him. Carter is a special teams contributor, but probably not yet.
Not yet? You don't think so? Okay.
Probably not yet, but I don't know. Maybe if they think they're in a jam. Yeah, they're just chewing them up now. I mean, it's all but over for their asses at this point. So, that's enough. I think I've made my point. I think I've illustrated my point pretty good. You know, they play a lot of split coverage, cover 2, cover 4. They give a lot of stuff up underneath. In between the 20s and the meat of the field, Tua should be able to chew them up. The inside running should work. They do press down, and when you load your line with a, 2 tight ends or show a fullback, stuff that we want to do. I haven't seen the blocking out of this offensive line to think that that's something we should do. So maybe if they feel a little bit more comfortable on the outside zone and running those 12-man personnel, that 11-man where they're going to try to run it like that, in and out with the guys in motion, I don't know. We'll see. But to me, the thing to expose is how deep the linebackers are playing again and again and again and again. And they're going to play deep because they're lean there, and they know we're going to want to push. Or, well, that's the problem. are they going to expect us to push the ball down the field? If they show single high and he's on the strong side and you got outside 1-to-1 coverage, you got to take those shots. You got to push the ball down the field. You have to. For no other reason than what I just showed what Lamar was doing. Now, he defers on his legs a lot, but if Tua pushes the ball down the field, he can defer on his short passing game a lot and be just as effective, if not more. Especially because Lamar is missing easy throws at times because of how he likes to sidearm shit, apparently. But, yeah, man. Let's make sure everybody's hitting the like button and subscribing. And I guess Color is going to be on tomorrow in the mornings, which I hope he's getting some rest for coffee and a cup of Color. You going to be on tomorrow night?
Yep, 10 o'clock. On away days, we'll be on at 10. On home games, we'll be on at 9:30. That's the plan. So, because it'll be a shorter episode, essentially.
Well, all right, guys. I appreciate everybody coming in. Thanks to Aqua for the donation. And, guys, make sure to check out all the great content. We'll see you guys next time, man. Take it easy.